Sports show in New Mexico
for 5 years running. It's the OD in the AM with Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck.
Well, you hit a Monday and your playoffs are set. Lakers will be in that play-in round, but it almost feels okay, doesn't it? United back at home. How was it to be in a crowd? A big, raucous, smoke-filled, flag-waving, winning crowd. How'd that feel? You got a Preakness winner that you probably didn't count on. You got Hall of Fame stuff. What up to you? And welcome to our Monday. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck. How you living?
Living good. Good morning, everyone. What it do?
Good weekend?
Well, it's a good weekend.
JJ got some national TV exposure. Was if you watched United on ESPN Plus. JJ Buck went to the bullpen late Friday night, called in lefty, and boy, if anybody was ready, JJ was on the ESPN2 broadcast. The analyst for New Mexico United's 3-1 victory over Austin Bold Saturday night out at the ball pitch. That's what we call it around here, the ball pitch. It's a ballpark, but it's a pitch, so it's a ball pitch, Bob. And JJ was on the call with Tyler Ortega. How'd it go?
It was fun. And, anytime you got good product and a good broadcaster being an analyst, pretty easy role.
Yeah.
I sit back and add in and go, oh, what an amazing play. Build up.
When you're good and you're prepared, it makes it a lot better, and that's what you are. 3-1 victory. You get the local kid with the first goal. It's 1-0 at halftime. Austin strikes early. They came out at halftime quick, put one in the back of the net, and it was 1-1. And then a big mistake by their goaltender opened it up. And New Mexico United takes advantage to make it 2-1. A beautiful third goal to ice that thing. 3-1. Hometown fans go home happy. I think something they probably needed, not just for the fans. I know Troy talked about it. He said how those players owe those fans, that they stuck with them, that they grew, that their love for the team grew over the pandemic, the 500 and whatever days it was. I know you get the number exactly. Because you probably said it 15 times. I didn't hear the broadcast. Maybe you didn't. But I heard it all those times, being in the press box, then moving around. But I thought the atmosphere was good, and competitively, them not getting a victory in their first two, or the result, I thought it was a big night for them all around, and it was a nice atmosphere at the ball pitch.
It was good night. Fun atmosphere. The team played well. They embraced the moment, but it didn't look like it was overwhelming at all in the first half. I thought they played pretty well. Had that moment, as you mentioned, where they got caught off guard right off the bat. A really just good shot through traffic into the far corner from where the shot was taken. And then United just played their game defensively. They're solid. They got that right for the first couple games. But it's just something with this team that even going back, to year one, they don't create a lot of chances, but they maximize the chances they do create. So they're not a team that's going to go out there and you're going to see it a lot of times. We're talking like 8-10 shots on goal. It's still going to be 4 or 5 shots on goal, but when they get those chances, they're pretty good at finding the back of the net.
Yeah, and I don't even know if they got caught off guard. I mean, I'm going to give credit to Austin. I mean, the other guys are on scholarship too. They came out. I thought they came out super aggressive to start the second half of play, and I thought they had their chance. I thought there was a terrific save on a strike from about 25 yards out in the first half, where the goaltender dove leaping high to his right, a ball that was headed for the upper left-hand corner. I thought Austin, in fact, in the first half, and in the second half, I thought it was all New Mexico United, but I thought in the first half, Austin probably played that match. I mean, I don't know what the stats told you, but I didn't sit there and think New Mexico United was by far the better team. Now, second half, I thought they absolutely took control. But yeah, I'm not sure. I think they got caught off guard. It was the other guys came out.
Good play.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they were necessarily out of position or anything on it. It was just a good pass and better finish for Austin to start the second half. And yeah, in the first half, Tambakis again stepping up, being the star outside of Sergio Rivas scoring that goal. It's not only that save he made on the Torres strike, which you just described, but the save he made on the corner, which he made the save, and then the ball was cleared off the line. So Austin absolutely had their chances for a team playing their first game of the season, despite being down 1-0 at half. I think they had to feel pretty good about creating the chances they did, starting to see the way that they're going to play this season, but ultimately for New Mexico coming out with the victory at home, first time in 574 days for a competitive regular season match, and felt good.
Yeah, it was a good party. It was just good. There were a number of people that I was with. It was their first. They hadn't been to an Isotopes game, so it was their first crowd. And I think as people are moving, right, a lot of these firsts are happening, and I thought it was nice. It was. I didn't think it was over the top. I thought it was probably about right. I don't know what you think of the atmosphere.
I thought it was good. I wasn't necessarily sure what to expect when you hear the numbers start to tick up throughout the week, but you see it, full stadium, a lot of energy, people enjoying themselves. It was a good night.
Yeah. All right, 505-246-0610. It's how to get to the show today, 505-246-0610. Your emails come in this morning, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com, JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. We're going to be on the Twitter. Well, at least JJ will be, and it's a great follow for you. It's _ JJ Buck, and on the Facebook, the OD in the AM. We'll get through the NBA today. And now that your playoff slate is set, we had football. Did you catch any football yesterday? Sam Houston versus South Dakota State. At first I forgot it was on, and I ticked over and I'm like, hey, I know that stadium. They're playing in Frisco, and I'm like, oh yeah, let me see how they set it up for theirs. It's where we played the New Mexico Bowl this year. And I got sucked into a pretty good game after a weather delay. Sam Houston scored with 16 seconds to go and beat South Dakota State for the FCS championship. That's what you used to know as Division I AA. Now it's called Football Championship Series. I I mean, I don't know. I kind of like me some football. I like me some championship football, and it was pretty good football. And I caught it. You didn't catch any of it? It's pretty good.
I caught a little bit of it. I tuned in during the delay, so I'll have to come back and check this out when it's back on. I thought it was a really good spring for FCS football, just the stage that they got. A lot of primetime games, daytime games, and I should say, on the weekend for them. FCS playoffs got it in a fantastic finish yesterday.
Isn't Sam Houston the team that beat the Aggies, and people lost their mind? I'll double check it. I'm fairly sure it was, and people lost their mind. And how could that be? Sam Houston ends up being pretty good, right? And Bearcats, and you know who South Dakota State is? Come on,
Jackrabbit.
That's right, the Jackrabbits. I got next year's schedule already up. I want to find it because I'm pretty sure that's who it was, and it was. Oh no, it was Tarleton. 43-17. It was Tarleton. All right. Sorry, different team transition. All right, yeah, never mind.
Still, your anger is still valid.
Still be all pissed off about that 43-17. I was thinking about that last night. No, good football. I got to watch some of that. Did you catch any of the NBA Hall of Fame stuff?
What a tremendous weekend. This is an unbelievable Hall of Fame class. Of course, the emotion.
The one that just went in, as opposed to the one that was just announced.
We can talk about 2021 because that doesn't look much like a Hall of Fame class. But totally. This weekend was amazing. The emotion surrounding Kobe Bryant, seeing Vanessa, and then everyone else talking about Kobe in his career. Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Tamika Catchings, Kim Mulkey, just a tremendous class when you just look at the basketball talent. And then what was done for the game, unbelievable weekend.
It was, yes, that class is just so good. Vanessa was I mean, it's just gut-wrenching, isn't it? Just gut-wrenching. She talked about the Mamba mentality. And when we get back, I want to get into it a little bit because I'm going to ask you, should players have the Mamba mentality anymore? Do they? And what does it mean? And what she had to say about it. And man, it was just a tearjerker. Just looking at her in that purple dress right now in a still picture, I'm like, dang, it's insane. But if you caught any of that, we'll get through that because the emotions were so real. 505-246-0610. Bobcat's producing. Look at how was your load management day on Friday? Or was it Friday? Friday. You got like a day off. You didn't even have to come in and do a radio show all day Friday?
No.
What was the last day you didn't do a radio show?
Well, a couple of months ago.
Yeah, a couple of months.
Well, I started, doing this.
Yeah, no, I remember.
Doing that.
Yeah.
Doing this and that.
I was here.
And Friday, I for some reason slept in late. Got up, did breakfast.
How'd that feel?
Went back to bed and slept.
Yeah, I'm such a fan of that.
Yeah, got up and went to do my DoorDash and that. Made a little bit of money and then spent a whole bunch of money.
Attaboy.
New
That's
phone.
What you make money for? New phone. What'd you get?
I don't know.
That damn phone.
Yeah, it's
I got a new phone. You an iPhone guy? You a Samsung guy? What is it?
Android.
Attaboy. Yeah, welcome to the side that gets we get discriminated against, don't we? Us Android people.
Yeah, of course we do.
Yeah, I mean it's like they look down on us.
That's okay. I look down on them.
All right, I think that's good.
Tit for tat.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, you can watch the show. We're on ProView Networks. I'm going to guess Aaron's producing. Is that fair? No, I don't think he is actually. I don't think it's Aaron today.
Who knows? The mystery producer.
I believe Aaron's got the day off. But we are up and running on the ProView Network, so you can watch it on our Facebook page, The OD in the AM. When we get back, we're going to get into what Vanessa Bryant had to say about Kobe and some of the emotion that was there. We'll get you through the NBA playoffs as well. They are now set to begin this week. It's the opening drive. Merry Monday to you. Glad you're with us on Tax Day. Tax Day, JJ. I haven't heard from my accountant yet. It's 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Mike, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide on Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk Live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T.
Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer 0 for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to decide.
ALS golf tournament today, JJ. Got some stars in town. It was an event. It was good to be at an event last night. ALS and Kenny Thomas. You know what's great? The Kenny Thomas AJ Bramlett battles in high school were before I was here. They were I want to say 95, and it was just 1 year because Kenny was just at Albuquerque High for that 1 year. But I see him and AJ Bramlett together periodically now. And the fact, just watching them love on each other, all these years later is so good for like the soul, but so good for just local basketball lore. But just those guys were out there. Lincoln Kennedy, the former lineman, was in town. Harold Jackson, the former Rams receiver. Roy Jarella, Robin Cole. Saw so many guys out last night. I know once you start naming names, you fall horribly incomplete. But good to see people out. And in town from Chicago and Indianapolis and the Northwest and Sacramento and all over the place to raise money for the local chapter of ALS. Like 96 teams registered for the tournament today. And Joe Cordova is the executive director. And just all these guys, big name, big time dudes coming to Albuquerque to help raise money. I thought and by the way, it was just good to be in an event last night. Like
good to hear.
People. It was kind of cool. All right, 505-246-0610 is how to get to us. What was the most impactful moment for you with Vanessa? I'm going to guess the Vanessa Bryant stuff was the most. I mean, it was look, Kevin Garnett was great and Tim Duncan was great, but this was kind of the Kobe show, right?
It was.
Yeah.
And just the overall moment and the composure about it all, and getting to this point, that was going to be the highlight of the weekend. And it was a great class overall. And we're not going to forget about Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett and the players that they were, but it was Vanessa in the whole Kobe situation.
All right, we got a clip of Vanessa. Which one are we going to hear?
I believe this is her just saying thank you.
Yeah, I think that's sufficient.
Dear Kobe, thank you for being the best husband and father you could possibly be. Thank you for growing and learning from your own mistakes. Thank you for always trying to be better. Thank you for never giving up on us. Thank you for all of your hard work. Thank you for our family.
It's just a little bit of it. I don't know, kind of gets me still. All these months later, it's not years, all these months later. There was a part in there where she talked about why he played every game. And I know we talk about load management and what it's become in the game, and that's fine. I've kind of gotten to that place, and I've accepted it's modern athlete, and I'm down with it. Science knows more. More guys are playing late into their career, and I think that's somewhat attributed to load management as well as the science, the understanding of working out, all those things. But she said, and I'm paraphrasing, but it was something to the effect, JJ, of you're hurt. She would say, why don't you just sit out a game? And she said Kobe would tell her stories that he remembered sitting up in the upstairs sections when he was a kid, saving up money to go see his favorite players play. And he said to her, well, what about that family who's sitting up in the 300 section, the 400 section, whatever building you're in, who saved up the money to see me? What about that family? And I know I've talked about that, and that's just kind of, oh, well, sorry. But there's not a lot of that anymore. I don't know if there should be anymore. Maybe that's just an antiquated part of the game. But it's certainly something. I think that was part of the Mamba mentality, to play every game. She said if he could play every minute of every game, he would have. I don't know if that's a lasting part of the Mamba mentality. I don't even know if that's an important part.
Kobe played every game he could.
Yeah,
There's only 2 seasons in his career he played every game of the season.
Yeah, no, that's right. He was hurt too.
And so the Mamba mentality was injured versus hurt. So Kobe was going to do everything to be on the floor. And eventually, I think you did see by the end of his career, it caught up to him.
Well, obviously.
And because there was no doubt Kobe was still doing everything that these guys are doing at the end of his career to keep his body where it needed to be. The work that he put in. But that'll happen. When you're an elite athlete, you put that much stress in your body.
Have you heard Julius Randle's story? It was when he was playing with the Lakers. Kobe, when they would get to a city, they'd find a gym, right? Everybody would go out, disperse, and go have dinner, whatever they do. Kobe said, come with me and find, let's get our shots in, let's get our work, and then go do your thing. And I guess Julius Randle recently went back to Chicago, found the same high school gym that he and Kobe went to, and the guy let him in. He says, nobody's called me since Kobe's been gone. And Julius Randle's kind of like, well, damn, I got to keep doing it. That guy will live, and I don't know if it's, I do think it's partially because of the way he passed away, right? The time that he passed away, and it was so recent. He had recently played. There's still guys in the league. When Mike passes away, when Shaquille O'Neal passed away, when most of these guys pass away, there's not going to be anybody that's still playing that knew them intimately, that played with them, right? I think that's a big reason why the Kobe thing, and because it was such an unbelievable, just tragedy. And you throw in that he was with his 13-year-old daughter going to one of their games, and I mean everything about it is just brutal. But I think the effect that he has on these players is unlike JJ anything I've seen in my life as far as athlete, because just of the timing. These guys, not a lot of them know Michael Jordan, right? Not a lot of these guys know Jerry West or probably even Shaquille. But they played, well, maybe Shaquille, but they played with this guy. And how many of them know Magic Johnson? How many of them know Larry Bird? But they played with this guy. And that's why this impact, that's why this one, to me,
it resonates differently throughout the league, no question.
No doubt. I just thought the whole thing, and I continue to be impressed by Vanessa Bryant and her composure. Because because this one, this is an everyday thing, right? And it's probably broken up raw every day. She probably, now that she's, COVID is ending, I don't want to say ended, and people start moving, she's probably going to run into people now. I ran into people yesterday I hadn't seen in 15 months, right? And you got to start telling the whole story again. It's probably going into that.
It's never going to be easy, but I think what we've seen is you deal with that grief. You lost your daughter, you lost your husband in such a tragic way, but she embraces the role that now she plays in Kobe's legacy, and that is to share the story of Kobe Bryant, the person, not just the guy that we saw on the basketball court. Yeah. And she's going to carry that role as long as she wants to in these appearances and talking about Kobe and her daughter and what he meant to the game and share those stories. And we saw it in a very prominent way over the weekend in inducting him into the Hall of Fame.
I think the other thing is she's still got 2 daughters, right? That she's got to protect, that she's got to raise, that she's got to teach, that she's got to be there for every single day. And, I understand that there's a pretty good support system around her, and thank goodness. But I think that's another part of, man, you grow up quick. We always say, you don't know what you can do until you have to do it, right? And I'm sure you've gotten those moments as a parent. Damn, I never was going to do that. Really? I never. But we've all been in situations. You just don't know what you can do until you have to do it. And I'm not sure. There's situations we never even think about, and then boom, it happens, right? And I think that's kind of where she is. And just a super, super emotional weekend at the Hall of Fame. When we come back, we'll get into basketball. We'll get into the playoffs, which are now set, which will start with the play-in tournament tomorrow. Who's in, where, and what are your matchups? We're going to get into those and kind of go through them a little bit. And looking forward to doing that. We'll get into some baseball as well as we get through the day. Isotopes 1-9, dude. Like Warren Schaefer's going to be with us on Wednesday at 9:30 this week, not Tuesday. We'll talk to him about it. But, yeah, they're back in El Paso today. So we'll get in through all of that. 505-246-0610.
Trying to figure out when and where you're going to work out can be overwhelming. And ultimately, you just don't work out. Things are opening. We're moving again. You're getting back to that busy schedule, whether it's work, dropping the kids off at school, picking them up from practice, and by the time you get home, you're like, I don't know if I want to get back out to the gym. But with F45 functional training, that changes it because you can get a high-intensity workout in a 45-minute class. Take control of your fitness now and check out F45training.com. Download the F45 app today. Check out the schedule of classes available. At the Northeast Heights location, they have classes available 7 days a week, so you can find a time that works for you, and you'll be able to face a new challenge every day. With high-intensity training, full-body functional fitness, your mind and body is going to be challenged day in and day out, and you're going to feel it, and you're going to make the most of that 45 minutes. So check them out. The gym is located 5920 Holly Northeast, so it's really good access from wherever you're coming from in town. F45 has certified trainers at every class to help motivate and modify. If needed, the atmosphere is great. There's no wasted time in the 45-minute session, so your full focus will be on getting the most out of that workout, and you're going to feel good. F45 has given me that spark, that motivation I needed to get back to taking control of my fitness, and I've done just that at F45. You can do it. And F45 Functional Fitness is here for your full-body, high-intensity workouts 7 days a week. Check them out at F45training.com. Download the F45 app today. Sign up for your 7-day free trial. Get into the gym. Get that workout in. And you're going to want to come back because it is going to work for you. Team training, life-changing. I'll see you at F45.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks. Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Laying there, a guy, you ride a motorcycle. I mean, he was in shorts and a tank top. He was wearing a helmet. Now, the helmet was off when we got there, but you could see it saved him, thank goodness. But dude was in pain. I pulled over. I told my 15-year-old, Addie called 911. Here's the intersection. I kind of talked her through it while we were helping this guy out, and then a doctor came over. But man, oh man, oh man! I mean, just be careful if you're riding your bike. But I just felt so bad for that dude, and then the guy who obviously just had pulled out and got T-boned. He was shaken up too.
We have a caller over on the other side. Yes, I'm still at the Viper Pit.
Yeah.
But he's been riding bikes for 56 years. He says that if you're riding a bike, you have to assume that nobody can see you.
Right?
It's all on you.
Yeah. And basically that's right. I was riding a bike back in the day, and I was coming down a hill, and a woman turned right in front of me. Went over the hood, and...
How'd that feel?
Well, I was wearing my helmet, was not wearing my leather.
Yeah.
But you could see the scrape on the helmet where I went into a judo roll and landed so hard on my ankle that I cracked it.
Yeah.
But you have to assume that they cannot see you.
Yeah, I'm glad he was wearing a helmet because you can see where the helmet took the brunt.
Yeah.
His arm was in bad shape, but I mean, dude was moving. He sat, he kind of moved his had to sit up, moved his leg. I mean, I'm just telling you, man, it was one of those things. And I'm glad we didn't see the impact.
Oh yeah.
No, just because Addie would have. I mean, she was shaken up, just calling 911 and seeing that whole mess.
Yeah.
But yeah, just be careful out there, man.
Well,
I mean, golly.
One good point about that. I bet she never gets on a motorcycle.
Well, she does. And we had that conversation pulling out.
Yeah.
Make sure you wear a helmet. I mean, I'm not anti-bike.
Neither am I.
Just be careful.
Did you ride your bike in today, JJ?
Not today. I had to bring some equipment back, and that would have been a little difficult navigating the bike. But I am a motorcycle rider, and absolutely, you have to be on the defensive and be smart
and not be exceeding the speed limit by twice.
Yeah, I always amaze, especially like in LA traffic, how the bikes just weave through traffic, zip it, down between the fast lane and the lane over, just hauling through traffic. I'm like, man, I mean, I couldn't. I don't know that I'd have the stones to do that, because I would think every guy doesn't see me is pulling out.
Do you ever have that devilish thought?
No.
Will I open my door?
No, I haven't. I just no. Maybe I once, but
the truth will out.
Yeah, maybe one. All right, 505-246-0610 is how you get to us today. J Pole's produced. Look at J Pole had to get up early this morning. Aaron gets a day off, and J Pole, he doesn't look happy about it either, man. He's like, damn, I thought I was over this.
I had a feeling I was coming in, and I was like, you know what, that truck looks familiar. It's that Avalanche that's been through it, and it was J Pole.
It's been through it.
Nice to be back.
Yeah, you don't look happy having to get up this morning. Aaron gets a day off, and you're like, dang, 7 a.m.
It's 7 a.m. It's nice to be back.
Yeah, it's good to see you back, man. Thanks for coming in and doing this after another busy weekend at ProView. They had the swim championships over the weekend, state championships, cheer championships over the weekend, and another big weekend for them. All right, JJ, here we go. NBA postseason is ready. We'll start on Tuesday with the play-in, the East. Boston is the 7. They will host Washington. The winner will advance as the 7th seed in the East. The loser will play the winner of the 9-10 game, which will be Indiana and Charlotte. I think Washington's going to beat Boston. I like the way they're playing. I think Russ has played well. Bradley Beal's healthy. I think they're good. I have no faith in Boston right now.
You shouldn't have any faith in the Boston Celtics. Washington is the better basketball team right now with Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal.
All right, Indiana, Charlotte. I got a weird Charlotte feel to me. With LaMelo Ball back playing, I playing pretty well. I mean, I don't know if he missed too much time to be considered for Rookie of the Year, but I like the way they're playing with him back. I like Charlotte to beat Indiana, and I'll take my chances, man. I think it's a coin flip, Charlotte and Boston. Probably lean Boston, but
yeah. So I think Boston, if I had to pick one of the 7 and 8 teams to not make it, would be the Boston Celtics.
No doubt.
I mean, I am all in on Jason Tatum, but overall, it just is not working. Jaylen Brown is done for the remainder of the season. Yep. Kemba Walker has been good when he's healthy. He's healthy right now. But I think the momentum for either Indiana or Charlotte coming out of that game winning the 9-10. Neither of those teams play defense, but they can score. So in a shootout, I think Boston gets got at this point in time, and they're the one team. Because I think the Lakers and Golden State both make the playoffs.
Yes.
Washington gets in, and then Indiana, Charlotte, that'll be the 9-10 team that gets in.
7-8 in the West. Golden State will be at Los Angeles to play the Lakers in the play-in tournament. The winner advances as the 7. The loser will go on to play the winner of Memphis and San Antonio for that 8th spot. And I, too, like the Lakers in Golden State. Let me ask you this. The Brad Stevens thing in Boston. I was looking through what coaches are on the hot seat, what coaches. How long do they get to continue that? Because it doesn't feel like it's working. How long does that go? He's got to be on a hot seat, doesn't he?
Well, was one that wouldn't have been on my list, but you hear people start bringing it up, and they say, all right, something has to change with the Celtics. And is it Brad Stevens, or do they try to rework around Jason Tatum? Because what they have in place isn't working right now. And is it just a structure of this ended up being just a bad year for the Celtics, or is it something bigger? overall. Because if you're Brad Stevens, just 2 or 3 years ago, we were talking about him as the next thing. Like, he's going to be that next guy that jumps into that elite level in the NBA, and he hasn't quite done that. And so you start wondering, is he kicking himself for maybe not taking that mega offer to go back to college? Or he could just be someone that's done in Boston at this point in time, but he will get another opportunity.
All right.
So that's the thing with Brad Stevens is, it's easy. Well, not easy, I should say, but passing up on Indiana doesn't hurt because I believe he will be an NBA coach.
Yeah, no, I think there's enough love for him and respect for what he does. He will get another job. I just don't know how long you can keep doing it there in a place where they expect to win and win every year. Jerry, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. How are you, Jerry?
I'm doing good. How about you guys?
Good, thank you.
Very good. So, I guess I'm not mad, just disappointed in the Clippers. How afraid of the Lakers do you have to be to lose to the Rockets and to Oklahoma City back to back? And I guess I'm a little afraid for the Clippers in that, I mean, first of all, they're the Clippers.
Yes.
But second of all, if I'm they're playing the Mavs, I believe. If I'm the Dallas Mavericks, I'm feeling severely disrespected right now. The Mavs almost beat the Clippers last year, and I think they've got, just with Luka getting better this year, have a better roster. So I hope that the basketball gods have it in for the Clippers.
They do. They always do. They always do. Every year the basketball guys have it for the They're damn Clippers.
And full disclosure, I am an Oklahoma City Thunder fan, so the lottery odds going down as a result of last night do sting a little bit. But I do think I would say this about the Clippers, that that's a soft move to lose back-to-back to duck the Lakers, regardless of who my team is. Anyways, have a good day, gentlemen.
See you, Jerry. No, look, the Clippers thing, we had this conversation last week. Do you trust the Clippers?
You can't trust the Clippers
How
until
you
you see them, and that's even with everyone gushing over Kawhi Leonard. He's won 2 NBA Finals. All right, now do it with the Clippers. Now do it with
nobody has.
the Clippers.
Nobody ever has.
Kawhi with healthy teams in front of you, and that's tough because I do agree with that sentiment. At the end of the season, there are teams that are playing for positioning. I would rather play Dallas in the first round than Portland. This is a extremely difficult matchup for Denver in a 3-6 matchup going against the Blazers. So I'd rather take that route. But if it was, to avoid the Lakers, I'd want to be playing the Lakers right now.
Well,
it wouldn't be the first round matchup because that would potentially be you'd have to do the 1 or 2 seed in Utah and Phoenix were in control of that. But I don't want to see the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals on the Clippers because at that point in time, then it feels like, the Lakers have figured it out.
I'm not sure why we're worried about the Clippers in a final because they've never been there in a conference final. Let me tell you where this backfires on them. Lakers lose to Golden State, fall to the 8, beat the number 1 seed Utah, and they get them in the second round. Then that whole thing that Jerry just talks about backfired, which could happen. I don't think it will. I don't think the Lakers are losing to Golden State. Although, did you watch Steph again yesterday? 45. Who was dude that was D'ing him up?
Dillon Brooks.
Dillon Brooks. Did you see the difference? The differential in his shooting percentage when Dillon Brooks was on him as opposed to when everybody else was. It was. Here's to Dillon Brooks. Like good on you. And then he fouls out on some crazy pick play up top where they fouled him out of the game. But when it counted, Steph went for 45. It is amazing to me how they get him open and how he gets open, because he's getting face guarded and chased everywhere. You know what's going on. He shot 36 times, very Kobe-like last night. He wins the scoring title. But it is amazing how he gets open and how quickly that shot is launched. They've got it. With a shooter like that, they got a puncher's chance. They got a puncher's chance against the Lakers. I think the Lakers beat them.
Oh, in a one-game scenario,
absolutely. In a one-game scenario, it's one game. Yeah, one game. Can you go out and win one game against a team that is relatively healthy? Yeah. That's where it backfires on the Clippers. And Jerry can have a laugh at least because, his team, their lottery odds went down. 505-246-0610. We'll get through the rest of the playoff and what the seedings are and what the matchups are on the other side. You can get in like Jerry did at 505-246-0610. I do have a lot of emails already in. Jeff or JJ at sportsanalabq.com. On the Twitter, _JJ Bucket. On the Facebook, the OD and the AM. You can watch the show there. J-Pole. What do you know, J-Pole? He's back and up early this morning. Gentlemen, ladies, who watches your home? Simple question, right? I hope it's the good guys, not the bad guys. You know what property crime's like in this city. You see it, you hear it every single day. Do something to protect what's important to you. Do something to protect your home, your family, your business. You've worked hard to build that business. You've worked hard to build your home. Don't let the bad guys take it away. Call IPS, International Protective Service. IPS has protected my home for years. I trust them. Aaron has built a business that is locally based, that is not for sale, that is not going anywhere. Aaron's goal is to make Albuquerque a better and safer place to live and work. Simple. What does that mean? He's got trained armed security personnel that patrol your home, your business. If you go out of town, they will pick up the newspaper and the mail if you ask them to, roll the garbage cans to the curb and back on garbage day, do exterior checks on a regular basis, give your home that lived-in look. If your alarm goes off, they respond within 5 to 7 minutes with trained armed security officers. Catch the bad guys. No contracts, no long-term commitments, just security. International Protective Service, I trust them and I suggest you do as well. The phone number is 505-897-2420. That's 505-897-2420. You can visit them online. It's ipsglobal.com.
TurboThread,
Alameda at the
sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Steal coming in. Can she get the points? As Chris, tough shot, gets it to go.
West up with it. Nice move by West, puts it up on the layup, scores.
Especially the team like Navajo Prep with so many weapons.
Three to beat the horn, yes! Nothing but nylon at the... Turnover, Henderson in transition, gonna slam it home. Gonzalez going to leave it for Hasbury. Send it in. They get it into Chavez. Natalia across the timeline. She's going to heave it from half court for the
Oh! My goodness!
Chavez hits one from half court for the state championship.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McClain and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Micah, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show. Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network. Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer 0 for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722.
I mean, I washed my cup out, Bob. So my coffee one's been sitting in my locker for 15 months. And this morning I got up and I got a little routine. I got my little breakfast bag and coming into the studio here, and I made coffee. Pause. Had a little run over, put it in a cup. Right, a little run over because the travel mugs don't take a full two. But good, I like the Pete's coffee, the dark roast. I like that a lot. It's still sitting on my counter right now. By the time I got here, I was like, damn. So I'm drinking. I'm very grateful that we have coffee here at the office.
Yes, so am I.
I was pretty bummed that I left that there.
Yes, I bet you were.
I brought my breakfast though, and I got my smoked salt to put on the
good.
On the hard-boiled eggs.
Isn't that yummy?
Yeah, it is nice. It is nice. 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. All right, I promise you the rest of your seedings. Eastern Conference. So the one is Philadelphia. They will play whoever comes out as the 8 in the play-in tournament, and then the number 2 is Brooklyn. 3-6 matchup is really intriguing, man. It's going to tell a lot. I think there's a ton of pressure on Milwaukee. It is the Miami Heat, the Milwaukee Bucks, a Heat team that went to the NBA Finals last year. Jimmy Butler, and I mean, just grit and toughness and teams that have won. I think this is a scary matchup for Milwaukee because it's a Milwaukee team with everything to prove, and I think it's a tough matchup for them.
All the pressure's on Giannis in this series. All of it. It doesn't matter if he plays great. You look at his numbers. He's got to get the Bucks out of the first round. Yep. And it is a really tough matchup against Miami, team that knocked him out last season. But you've been on it, and you're dead on with this Milwaukee team. This is Giannis. This is his time. This team.
It's got to be.
It's tough because you get Brooklyn in the second round. Not ideal, but hey, that should be the Eastern Conference Finals. But guess what? You got to play him in the second round then. Yeah. If you get there. But this is all on Giannis and the Bucks. They went all in. They have a good supporting cast. around. Giannis is a superstar player. He is at that level. He's 2-time MVP. You got Jrue Holiday, you got Chris Middleton, are good players to play off him. You got the whole, White Dante, Brooke Lopez. Obani Jones credit for that nickname. I love it. Like it's said, this has to be Milwaukee winning.
Well,
if not,
then what? And if not, what?
I know.
It's
If
like
not,
if
you're Milwaukee, you start going. What else are we supposed to do?
I don't know. What else?
Everything's in place for Milwaukee.
You're not getting any. Well, everything's not in place.
It is
because Brooklyn. No, because Brooklyn's there. And because Philly,
I'm talking get out of the first round.
Okay, you got to get out of the first round. Yes. You've got to. I mean, if you don't, I don't.
And if you lose in the second round to Brooklyn, that's more of. Well, okay.
Yeah, but still, what do you do? Yeah. All right, Brooklyn. Philly's got to. I mean, how do you not love Philly's path? Philly's going to get whatever comes to probably Charlotte, Boston, Indiana, something like that, and maybe Washington. So Philly's got that. And then they're going to get the survivor of the Knicks and Hawks, and I think the Knicks get out of that. Although the Hawks are nice, I think the Knicks get out of it, but they're just way better than the Knicks. Like that's a nice path for Philly. I think they win 4-1, 4-1. Good, right? And there they are in the Eastern Conference Final, yet to be tested with a ton of playoff composure and confidence now. And by the way, watching the process and with Philly. Been over a decade old. The process. Well, that's what it was. It's been the process, right? They were GAWD awful, right? I mean, they were intentionally bad. And asking their fans, look, we're going to stink again this year, and then we're going to stink again this year. Oh, we missed on that number one. But stay with us because the process is going to play out. The process is going to play out.
They got lucky.
Oh well,
ultimately, because they took New Orleans Newell. They took Jahlil Okafor.
They took the guard from Washington.
Down in Orlando now.
Well,
gosh darn it! And his shot was all funky.
Yeah, he was number 1 overall, dude. How that guy rose to the? There was some bad.
Why am I forgetting?
He's down in Orlando now. I'm forgetting his name too. But the guard from the University of Washington, right? They had some bad. No, they had 1,000 of them. So I guess you're going to miss on when you have that many first-round picks. You're not going to hit on every single one of them. But they missed on a number of these picks, and yet here they are, and finally they are the number 1. And it was why am I forgetting his name? It was Markelle Fultz.
There we go.
Goodness. Yeah, but think about it, right? But they also hit. Ben Simmons was pretty good. Joel Embiid was pretty good. Right? I mean, huh?
Yeah, that was the one that saved the process.
Okay, but that was the process. But you look at the process. I mean, it's funny.
You're going to hit one of them.
And you're going to miss on some, right? You're going to the odds are going to tell you you're going to hit on one. But if you're a Sixer fan, it's like, damn, it's about bleeping time, right? Like I sat through this process for the life of my kid. I got a 12-year-old kid, and it's like my kid, honestly.
He's never known the 76ers.
To be in the playoffs. Now, I guess they were in the playoffs last year. All right, in the West, Utah's the 1. They will play whoever comes out of the play-in tournament is the 8. I think it's going to be Golden State. You and I both think Lakers are going to win tonight, or not tonight, win the first game against Golden State, and then the Warriors will beat whoever survives Memphis or San Antonio. Phoenix will get the 7. It's probably going to be the Lakers, right?
Yes.
That's what we think. All right, 3-6 and 4-5 are really interesting to me. Denver and Portland. So Nikola Jokic. By the way, if Jokic wins the MVP, and you and I both feel he should, LeBron feels it should be Steph. What does LeBron know? Jokic would be the first MVP. I'm going to go back to the load man to play every game since the 07-08 season. For whatever that means to you, I don't care. But what's the best ability? The most important ability?
Availability.
Right. And he's available. So there's got to be some of that. And then the 4-5 will be the Clippers and the Dallas Mavericks. 4-5 Clippers and Mavericks. Look out, man. I need a pushover.
And a pushover, but Clippers beat him.
All right.
There's another dude. All the hype. You gonna do in the postseason now, Luka?
Well, Luka's got something. Although last postseason was pretty damn good in that little bubble.
505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Your emails will come in this morning, Jeff at sportsoutoflabq.com, JJ at sportsoutoflabq.com. It's the opening drive. We're on ProView Networks. What do you know, Jake Paul? And Bobcat's producing on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
There's only one road, and there's only one home for road.
Representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer 0 for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever, no one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck.
So we're going to go into playoff week now. It's a weird schedule. It's PGA Championship week. You get one of golf's majors this week, and it should be fun. It always is fun. And playoffs of hockey. You watch any hockey? I watch hockey.
Islanders and Penguins go overtime this weekend. So we're in that time. You even had football yesterday. The FCS championship. Sam Houston won the championship with a 23-21 win over South Dakota State. It was actually really fun football to watch. Opening drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Jay Pole's producing the TV side. It's Bobcat here. Can I shout out a little state championship this weekend? It's kind of an unofficial state championship. So for the first time, like I think ever, Santa Fe Prep did not win the girls' state lacrosse championship. They always do. The Duke City Scorpions team is the first group of Scorpions to not lose to Prep and went undefeated. There was one tie up there this year. But it's like they didn't have a real state championship this year because the COVID and a couple teams didn't play. But I went out and watched an 8-6 high school lacrosse girls game this weekend, and it was kind of cool.
Congratulations.
So
where are they in terms of the popularity of it, and is it something that
feels like it shrunk? Yeah, it feels like it shrunk a little bit over COVID. So the Los Alamos team, the Rio Rancho team, didn't play this year, and El Paso didn't play. So there weren't a lot of teams. Addie's that Duke City Scorpions team, they're going to go up to Colorado this week and play in Colorado Springs. I'm really looking forward to see how they do. They're going to play some teams from Colorado, Wyoming, South Dakota. It's fun. They're losing such a great senior class, and I wish they would have gotten a year. So there's going to be another tournament in July at the Air Force Academy. But just to see how they do against some of these schools, Utah, Colorado, all these states have lacrosse. It's the fastest growing sport in America, especially for female athletes. And I wish it would take off here. I told you a couple of years ago we're trying to work with the NMA to get it here. It's spectacular. But to watch this group, just watch their growth was terrific. Good goaltending and young defense. Really, really strong core young defensively. They'll lose a lot up front, but Addie and her friends have some more years to go. But I'm looking forward to see how they do up there against some different competition. But that was part of my weekend. That, and then that was all Saturday. Then they'd go out and see United. It was all sports all the time this weekend. So it was cool. United were winners 3-1 over the weekend, and JJ was on the call. You have fun with that, by the way? Did you get to? Absolutely. Was that your first ESPN Plus game?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was.
All right. I heard good things about it. I didn't hear because I was there, but I heard good things. So that's good.
It's fun.
What's next for them, by the way? They home this week? They can't.
They're on the road.
Where they this week?
I don't know.
They're somewhere this week. All right. Isop's have been on the road. They'll be back this weekend, so that means certainly United will not be. They're 1-9. They'll be in El Paso again tonight. You can listen to the game on the Sports Animal at 6:15 tonight. Bill says mediocrity is 1-9, the worst start ever for them. Frank? ? Warren Schaefer was 502 seasons at Hartford. Before that, 206 and 209 single A. He looks like the perfect hire to continue the tradition of mediocrity that's been established here. We were talking about this during the break. It's hard to just get all over them because they don't control, like United controls their players. United controls their roster. Troy Lesane is able to go out and make moves in the offseason. Warren Schaefer, John Schraub, this group's not there handed a roster and say, here, go put on promotions and give me chili races and stuff, and hand out bobbleheads, right? So it's hard. But 1-9's tough, man.
Yeah, they're not good.
Yeah.
And it starts up top with who? The Colorado Rockies.
Yeah.
And the organization has not developed talent. They hit home runs with Arenado and Trevor Story, and then since then it's like, what are you doing? And they got a lot of work to do. And you saw Jeff Bradich part ways with the organization. So over the next couple of years, you're going to see an investment in the process throughout the minor league system, and they better get at least one or two guys that are going to come in and immediately be top 10, 20 prospects in this organization when they trade Trevor Story.
And you're convinced Trevor Story's gone?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's probably right. And to your point, when you trade a guy like Nolan Arenado, right? When a franchise moves that guy, like when they move Tulo, they've got prospects. When you see these moves at the trade deadline, it's a bunch of guys you've never heard of until 2 years later. And you're going, oh, where'd that guy come? Oh, he came up through the farm system. Well, he came in the Tulo trade, or it came in that trade, right? Mm-hmm. When you trade Arenado, you expect that you're going to get at least one, hopefully two, maybe three of those guys, right? They got nothing and gave away $50 million.
Yeah, it was extremely frustrating. You got Austin Gomber, who's in the major leagues right now with the Rockies, a pitcher. Better than that, not necessarily a guy that you look at and say, okay, this is someone that can be a big-time prospect in the organization.
Vince, good morning. I know you want to talk about the Isotopes. How you doing, Vince?
Hey, good morning. Great segue into the painfulness that is the Isotopes and Rockies. I was going to talk more about the Rockies, JJ, because I know that he's a Rockies fan.
He was.
And it's been very difficult. Being a Rockies fan, I think that we're optimists by nature, and I think we're kind of masochist closet. But I think it's time. I'm glad to see them part ways with Bridich. I think it was about 6 months too late. But the problem is Monfort, the owner, he has to bring in someone from the outside. They've got to stop grooming yes men that will just agree to what he wants, or things will never change. I hate to say this, but I think the Rockies need to move Story now, not even wait for the trade deadline. You got to start getting prospects now. I think they move Gray. And I think they also need to take offers for German Marquez. I mean, he's going to net quite a bit. Still got 2 years of control of him. He's 26 years old. He's definitely a front-of-the-rotation guy. You just have to blow it up. At the AA level and AAA level, we're really weak right now in the organization. Low A and high A with some of our strength, but it's sparing talent. It's not a whole lot, and we just got to start from scratch. But if Monfort doesn't bring in some new blood and just continues to go with the organizational guys, things will never change. We've got to get some new eyes on this to change the program top to bottom. It won't change if he doesn't. And so that's what I'm kind of holding on with bated breath. I hope we go to the outside to bring somebody in and start from scratch. But it's kind of hard to watch things right now. It's sad to see these guys go, but it is what it is, and we got to blow it up completely. Thanks, guys.
No, I appreciate it. And I'm going to let you take that.
Yeah, I think he's right on. It's time to get someone from the outside, help shake things up, and realize that this is going to be a process. And you look at the Rockies.
There we go.
Yeah, it's what else can you call it? A rebuild, blow it up. To his point, the Rockies' top prospect right now, Zach Bean, is a high school player they drafted this past year, and he's in single A. So you're still looking maybe 3 or 4 years out for him. And so two of your top 3 guys, at least according to MLB prospects, are in single A. So it's time, and then you gotta add to the system, draft picks, bringing guys in, and you see how it got here because they peaked. 17, 18, going to the playoffs.
See, why was that peak? See, because that's what I thought they had a core. I thought they had a nice pitching staff 2 years ago. Their starting pitching was good. I get Arenado, but it was more than. Did Blackman just kind of regress a little bit? They made some bad moves. The Murphy thing instead of DJ LeMahieu was a bad move.
That was a bad move.
It was a bad move. But I looked at their prospects. I'm like, all right, there's Trevor Story. Like you look at the left side of their infield, you're like, okay, that's as good as there is anywhere. They had some young prospects in the outfield. They had some arms. Yeah, the bullpen was
started with the bullpen, and then those pitchers. To your point, outside of John Gray, Sensatella and Marquez have been. They peaked. And
it shouldn't be that way. They shouldn't. I mean, you shouldn't peak at 23.
The bullpen just absolutely exploding. Marquez, Sensatella. You bring up Marquez, probably to Vince's point. He has some really intriguing traits where a team will be like, "Oh, we'll just take him out of Coors Field, and he'll be a better pitcher at this point in time." But those two have really struggled. John Gray has been the one constant, but outside of that, there hasn't been enough for them to keep pace.
Yeah. All right. 505-246-0610. 888-922-0610. I got a bunch more emails for you. You can send them at Jeff or JJ at sportsanalytq.com. And of course, you can come on in at 505-246-0610.
It's time to take control of your fitness. What a feeling was this weekend in the gym at F45, wrapping up the F45 challenge. And they do these occasionally throughout the year if you want to have a little bit more focus. You want that challenge with the reward at the end. We'll see who won this F45 challenge, but your boy put in the work. I was down 15 pounds over the last 45 days, and it's the commitment to working out and the spark, the motivation you get from finding the right gym for you. And F45 can be that gym. F45 training is a gym that brings it all together with high-intensity group workouts that are fast, fun, and results-driven. So check them out at F45training.com. Download the F45 app today. You can see the schedule of classes. They have classes available 7 days a week. You can also sign up for your 7-day free trial on the app. And with classes available, there's going to be one that will fit your schedule. So don't wait any longer. Create your own gym identity right now at F45. Certified trainers at every class to help motivate and modify, if needed, the exercises. But it's so much fun because it's a new challenge every day with cardio-based workouts, strength-based workouts, everything put together so you can smash it in just 45 minutes. The gym is located 5920 Holly Northeast, so it's really good access from wherever you're coming from in town. So check them out at F45training.com. Download the F45 app today. Sign up for your 7-day free trial, and don't wait any longer. Get to F45 right now. Team training, life-changing. I'll see you at F45.
This is Albuquerque's home.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks. Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Steal coming in. Can she get the points? As Chris, tough shot, gets it to go.
West up with it. Nice move by West. Puts it up on the layup. Scores.
Especially the team like Navajo Prep with so many weapons.
3 to beat the horn. Yes! Nothing but nylon at the... Turnover. Henderson in transition. Going to slam it home. Gonzalez going to leave it for Hasbury. Send it in! Get it into Chavez. Natalia across the timeline. She's going to heave it from half court for the...
Oh! My goodness!
Chavez hits one from half court for the state championship.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
So I tell you often this whole thing that the media wants your teams to lose. They like it better. It's better radio. Not really. Not really. It's I think you and I have always said it's a lot more fun to talk about and cover winning teams than it is losing teams. But the reaction, this is inarguable, right? As long as you and I have been doing this, the response to teams that lose, caller, emailer interaction on our show has always been much more fervent, active. When a team loses, correct? When little basketball loses, we get way more calls the next day than when they win, correct?
Yes, and it goes back to winning hurts more than losing feels
No doubt, no doubt. So, Isotopes are 1-9. United wins 3-1 over the weekend. Really fun, festive atmosphere out of the ball pitch this weekend. I thought it was a good, people were happy. They were out hugging each other for the first time in 15 months, went to an event, there was tailgating. And I've got, and this is, I don't know exactly how to interpret this, but we got zero interaction on United, and I've got a bunch of emails on Isotopes. I've read you a few. I'll read you a few more. But it's kind of weird, right? Isotopes are 1-9. People are commenting on that as opposed to a team that looked really, really good the other day, or a side that got the result in their match on the pitch. See what it did there? JJ's organization, says Richard. Jeff, what happened to Hartford? For the last few years on the OD, we've heard the Rockies stink at the Major League level and AAA level, but AA, that's where JJ's organization shines. What happened to all that supposed talent? That's from Richard.
I guess it was AA competition.
It was AA talent.
And so it's going back over the Arenado trade. And right now, 3 of those players they got back. Tony Losi is a right-handed pitcher. An infielder, and Mateo Gil, who's the third baseman. So the pitcher's 19th, and Gil's 24th in MLB's top 30 rankings.
Oh, so in that organization.
In the organization.
Yeah, not overall.
Not overall, just
yeah.
in the Rockies organization. Yeah. And we know they're not viewed very highly right now throughout the farm system. So it's still to be determined with the prospects.
Well, it just feels like you got fleeced.
Doesn't feel good at all.
Yeah. Gus says it's so disappointing to witness what's going on in beautiful El Paso, Texas right now, Jeff, against the most nondescript bunch of chihuahuas we've ever seen in a long time. Albuquerque's baseball team could be out of the race by Memorial Day, another summer without baseball. No, you'll have baseball to go watch. I think Oklahoma City Dodgers are coming in town next, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So you're a Dodger fan, you can go out and watch whatever they got.
And you might have to get to most of them. Have you seen the Dodgers
injury list?
Yeah. It's unbelievable right now.
Yeah, when we got that call, David called last week, what's wrong with the Dodgers? Well, what's wrong? Take a look at their injury list, man. I mean, they're Oklahoma City's who's playing up in the big leagues right now. And Mookie Betts, right?
Yeah.
And Justin Turner. It's Justin Turner, Mookie Betts, and Oklahoma City. I mean, dare I say, I don't know. I'll check it for you right now. But, I mean, dare I say they're out of it now? If you start 1-9, are you out of it? Oh, it's not even PCL standings anymore. What is it, AAA West?
AAA West.
I like PCL. Yeah, it's I don't know. At what point? How far back do you have to be out of it? I guess they're not out yet. They're 6.5 games back. Sugarland Skaters are 7-2. Oklahoma City's not very good though. They're coming in. They're 2-8 because that's pretty much the AA team, right? So look, it is what it is. Sorry. Nobody bothers more than, I don't know, I saw John Traub at Isopes the other day, and he wants to win.
Of course, all those people do.
I want him to win before he I'm not telling you he's retiring, but doesn't that guy deserve to have a winning season?
As I was talking with one of the employees on Saturday about the team, he's just like, he's like, I think this might be the worst team I've ever seen. And I'm like,
We've seen some bad ones.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm sorry. Because, they're working for their organization.
Well, they're out there every day.
You have to watch that.
Yeah.
Of course they want to win. They don't have any control.
I mean, you got to watch that bleep every day. Like, winning is fun. I consider John Traub a friend, but I consider him a really, 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 really good baseball guy. And a guy who's passionate about that organization and about the city. And I'm not telling you he's out of here anytime soon. I know it's been, 19 years in? Is that what it is? I'd like him to get an opportunity to win a ring. I would. There's a lot of people who've been around there for a while. I would have loved to see something happen. Nick LeBoux get one before he passed away. Adam Beggs, Chrissy Baines, they've been there for a long time. But I'd like to see John, have an opportunity just to feel the playoffs, just to win, to have the excitement. But I get it. Bobcat strikeout, says Jack. Jeff, this weekend in a testy House of Strauss, Eric cleared the floor and gave Bobcat the forum to declare his full allegiance to the Viper Pit. Instead, he gave his politician answer, saying he was committed to both shows, and it fell totally flat. I did not catch that part of the Viper Pit. You okay?
I am doing just fine.
Well, people worry about you. I want you to know at least our audience is concerned about you. While they may be ready to throw you to the wolves and eat you up over there, our audience is concerned about you, loves you, is worried about you, glad you got a load management day on Friday to sleep in, have some breakfast, sleep a little bit more.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, it sounds like their audience is ready to just...
Well, they're vipers, most of them. I appreciate the concern.
There's no concern.
But
the Viper Pit wants to limit your ability to make a living.
To make a living
afford you on
and better yourself.
And that's what I said,
How dare they?
Really?
I go against everything they believe.
I'm having a blast over here.
It's not that bad over here.
No, it's not.
It's really not. Aside from you don't get your blueberry pancake here.
Well, yeah.
I mean, other than that, we don't feed you. I understand that.
Yeah.
I just have to get riled up about the taupes not being good.
What was your big topic? I think I listened a little bit on Saturday morning. I was, it had to be something about masks, right? I guarantee it was something about masks.
Oh, well, let's see. We
I know
started
what
off
it
with
was.
squirrels.
No, it was the tolerance and Eric was yelling, it's time for people to stop shaming people for not wearing masks.
That was one of the topics that you've gone out and.
Now there was no other side to that, and not that I'm like I went to an event, didn't wear a mask, love it. But what about the people who still want to wear masks? He never once said, should they be shamed too by people should they have their opportunity to wear their masks as well if they don't feel comfortable around people? He didn't bring that up.
Well, kind of, because he has always said it's a choice.
Yes.
And if you feel comfortable wearing one, more power to you.
All right, we're not getting into this topic. It's my fault.
Let's not.
It's my fault. Who do you got? Who do you want me to?
I don't know. We were talking.
All right, 505-246-0610. We'll take a break into the phones. Got a bunch more emails coming in. If you want to get in on United, if you want to get in on Isotopes, masks, NBA, Hall of Fame, the baseball over the weekend.
You too can fix the Albuquerque Isotopes.
I don't know if you can. Global Baseball swept a series this weekend, huh? Whoever called in the other day said, they're going to play Utah Valley and sweep, and everybody's going to say they feel better about themselves. You were right. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda and J.J. Buck. Bobcat is taking your phone calls at 505-246-0610. J-Pole's producing on the TV side. Look at J-Pole got up early this morning. Looks a little sleepy. His alarm went off way too early this morning. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
Alameda and Loretta Drive near the Corral.
Like Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk Live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Manage TV here on ProView Network. Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer 0 for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus. No jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Time.
Total one.
Find a
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless.
It has to be nice to be getting a paycheck again, but it has to be tough to go to the ballpark every day and try to figure out how to make the broadcast interesting when your club is last with PCL, no offense, and next to last defensively. It's hard, man. It's hard doing games when your team's not good. How many years I do AccuVision?
There's definitely an element to that. But with Josh not doing it at all last year.
And he's happy to be doing it.
He loves going to the ball.
I know.
The Isotopes, with a double steal, are able to get their first run of the game.
And
they're now trailing 3-1.
Yeah, they're your Isotopes, and they're only one. So they had to manufacture a double steal to get their run.
Small ball, baby. Love to see it.
Small ball is right. You haven't broadcast. You're like the kiss of victory, right? Teams you do win. Right? You've done 1 year of Lobo basketball, they win a championship. You do 1 year of Lobo soccer. Well, you've done more years of Lobo soccer. They win a championship. I did AccuVision TV for a lot of years. They didn't win a lot. Like I've sat through some blowouts, man, and doing play-by-play and feel for Josh because at least I always had usually Danny Nee with me, Charlie Johnson once.
Until you get to that moment
where
Charlie's
get the
like setup and the response is yep. All right, 2nd and 7, line up shotgun snap. Johnson to the left.
Right, but I've been there, man. It's hard. You walk away, you realize, man, I still really like doing play-by-play, and I know how lucky I am, and I love doing these games. But yeah, I mean, making chicken salad out of that bleep sometimes isn't all that easy.
We've all watched Major League.
Yeah, it is.
Just a bit outside.
That's right. Tommy, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Hello, Tommy.
What's up, Tommy the Truth? I got a few things to say about Mr. Bobcat. I am tired of these unsolicited and unwarranted attacks against him, and I don't want him picked on anymore. Do you guys got that?
Yes, we're on your side with this, Tommy.
I am on the man's side. He's about 15 years older than me, but sometimes inside my body, even though I am 55, I feel his age. So I am totally on his side. He's got my back. I'm going to give my personal phone number. If he ever has an issue, he just has to call me, and I'll get down to the station right away. No, I'm kidding. The Dodgers are having injury issues, correct?
You think? Yes.
Well, guess what, Dodger fan? welcome to my world, #Yankees.
Yep. No, that was last year's Yankees, and that's right. And look, I think everybody feels by the time this thing is all said and done, the Dodgers are going to be fine, assuming they get relatively healthy, right? Relatively.
Well, I want a Dodgers-Yankees World Series, and I've been wanting that for years. I want to go back to the 70s and, I guess it would be early 80s. I want to see that. I got close a few years ago until the cheater Astros came through and spoiled my whole life then. But, yeah, I still want that good old-fashioned, and I think it would be great for ratings to have a Dodgers-Yankees World Series. We need that.
No doubt. Who's got it, Fox needs that. Beats the heck out of Tampa Bay against, I don't know, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's not going to get there, but Milwaukee. Yes. That's what I mean. They'd like
those Rays. That Rays team is just we've been getting them this year. We've got them back, but I think last year we were 1-9 against the Rays.
Yeah, they went to the World Series.
They were just a thorn in our side, but we're starting to get after those guys because they're kind of a pain in the ass to us.
I don't know if you remember this. They went to the World Series. They were pretty good last year. Yeah.
Yes, they're really good.
That means they were the American League
to go 1-9 against them, I was like, you can't. I know they're good, but you can't go 1-9 against them. Last year, like we did, it's like, what the hell is going on here? It's crazy.
All right, I'm glad you got a little ire in you and coming to the defense of Bobcat.
Yeah, tell Bobcat I got his back.
All right.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Don't suck it up. I got his back, and good riddance to bad rubbish to all those people that I'm messing with.
Suck it up. He's got your back.
Thank you. I need that.
Well, come on, man.
No, you guys don't hassle me about it.
No, we don't.
No.
Look, all of us have multiple jobs.
We just say thank you for all the work you do.
Yes, we appreciate you coming in the morning and giving a damn. We all work multiple gigs. We get it.
We're in radio.
Yes. I mean, go better yourself and do what you can do. And I mean, you're welcome here all the time.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm having fun. I really am having fun.
I'm a little disappointed in the Viper Pit. I'm not going to lie.
I kind of
intolerance for somebody trying to.
They're the Viper Pit. I kind of halfway expected that.
Your boy Eric is stirring the pot, though, isn't he?
Oh, he
didn't even have your bat.
No,
he didn't even have your bat. I'm disappointed in him. The lack of loyalty by him.
No, he's okay.
Oh, just because he brings you pancakes.
Well,
I get it.
Well, no, he doesn't bring them.
See, he didn't. He didn't even bring you pancakes.
Yeah, but no, he's got my back, but he likes to pull my leg too.
I don't know.
You should see the show outside of the show.
No, I understand those things. Yeah. I'm well aware of the show outside the show.
Yeah.
Always better than the actual show.
Not always.
We got in the car the other day. We're going to lacrosse. I said, "All right, so you want some music, or you want to listen to your boy Eric Strauss?" She's like, "No."
Have you seen the Dodgers list, by the way?
Yeah. Read the Dodgers injury list because it's unbelievable.
And you can add Chris Taylor to it as of yesterday. So Corey Seager, Bellinger, Pollock, McKinstry, Price, Gonsolin, Alexander. How do you say it? Gratterall, Newble, Canley, Rios done for the year. Dustin May done for the year.
Dustin May done for the year. So it's Pollock, Bellinger, Seager, and Taylor, guys who play a lot. You got 5 pitchers on there? So I mean, there's your answer. There's your answer. I mean, for the David last week, what's wrong with the Dodgers and when are you going to be concerned? I mean,
and the same thing for the Padres. You look down and it's Tatis, Hosmer, Myers, Profar, Pomeranz on the injured list.
The Giants can enjoy leading the division in May.
And so you're sitting back going, at some point in time, the season's long enough, they're going to catch back up, and I don't think they're going to fall in a huge hole where it's going to be impossible.
They're 2 games back.
Yeah, right now. Yeah. But those guys aren't coming back tomorrow.
I get it. And they're still only 2 games back.
Yes. And then Seager with the broken hand.
4 weeks.
So that's... Yeah. Right now, I'm still cautiously optimistic because they're just still too talented overall.
You should be.
Really,
if you're a Dodger fan, you're just fine. 505-246-0610. A couple lines open for you. We'll get back to it when we come back from this short break. But springtime is here. Summertime, it kind of felt like summertime a little bit over the weekend. But fellas, more than anything, it is time to feel like you again. Gentlemen, if you are feeling sluggish, maybe you're regularly tired, carrying a few extra pounds, or dealing with erectile dysfunction, New Male will help you feel like you again. I know you already know this. As you age, things like fatigue, low T, even ED are natural. There's a really good chance that you're going to be affected. Call Newmail and deal with it. 505-652-1688 or visit newmail.com. That's NUMALE.com. Newmail leads the way in men's health. What does that mean? They make men feel better and help them battle nature. Testosterone replacement, which is cutting edge. The process is easy. It's comfortable. It's right here in town. But the best part is the results are proven. They're absolutely real. Call Newmail, make an appointment at 505-652-1688. I get it. Sometimes the toughest part is that first part, making the call. Don't put it off. It is now time. Time to feel well. Time to feel like you again. Newmail will help you. 505-652-1688 or visit newmail.com and feel like you again.
New sound with Audible Plus. Listen all you want.
Quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction. We've earned a reputation for great results.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Steal coming in. Can you get the points?
As Chris, tough shot, gets it to go.
West up with it. Nice move by West, puts it up on the layup, scores.
Especially the team like Navajo Prep with so many weapons.
Three to beat the horn, yes! Nothing but nylon at the... Turnover, Henderson in transition, gonna slam it home. Gonzalez going to leave it for Hasbury. Send it in. Get it into Chavez. Natalia across the timeline. She's going to heave it from half court for the win.
Oh! My goodness!
Chavez hits one from half court for the state championship.
Wow.
Unbelievable!
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Micah. Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show. Good morning. Welcome to Sports Desk Live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power system.
House where you earned it and just get abused over there. These people love you. Telus' Bobcat's coming off a grueling back-to-back in the house, Jeff. Being Bobcat, I figured he'd have a phone deal with a sponsor and he'd be furnished with a comp model instead of having to go out and buy a new phone this weekend.
It wasn't the buying of the phone that was expensive because it was a straight trade.
Oh, yeah.
It was the extras, the case and the protector and, the glass protector.
Oh, yeah. You got to get all that new when you get the new upgraded
Pop-It,
new model. The Pop-It? You got a little pop socket on there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
You use that thing?
Yeah, because this is my business phone for Uber and DoorDash.
Yeah, that's right.
So I've got the pop-top thing on the dash, and it sits right there, right in front.
You are a pro.
I try to be.
You are a multifaceted, multi-talented professional.
I can deliver hot food from downtown here clear up into the northwest part of Rio Rancho.
Dude, who goes up there? I'm kidding.
There are I get deliveries like that.
I know.
It's crazy. I love them.
I had Westside food. I Sushi Freak over there, right there at Bosque School the other day. It was pretty good.
It's not too bad. The West Side, it's pretty nice. When you make it over there, you pack your bag, you get your overnight stuff just in case.
I know. I did.
You happen to get stuck on this side of town.
Absolutely did. Yep, 2 victories for the kid over there. That's all that matters. Hello, Edward. Happy Monday to you. What's happening?
Well, top of the morning to you, boys. Bobcat's a renaissance man. He's like the first cafeteria of staple of foods, right? So I'm proud of Bobcat, and he has so much untapped potential. So we're all a work in progress. So, Bobcat, here's to you, my friend. That's awesome. I love when I call in, I'm like, Bobcat. I just like saying Bobcat.
Yeah, who doesn't?
It rolls off the tongue like silver.
Yeah, like silver.
Hey, before I talk about Kobe, which was a stellar weekend, how about the Red Sox? The Boston Red Sox, and Rando's going to be a superstar.
He's a superstar.
Yeah, some of the family, man. The dialect is still there years later. The Boston Red Sox with the best record in baseball. I don't know how they do it. Give up the best player in baseball to the Dodgers and still find a way to win.
Second best record. White Sox have a better record than them. Actually, so do the Oakland Athletics. But I'll give them the best record in the American League East. 25 and 17.
They're all tied, are they not? With 25 wins?
595 winning percentage. Red Sox winning percentage is 615, and the Athletics are also 595, so they're tied. So the White Sox.
Well, here we are with intricacies into semantics. I love it. And then your first caller. How insecure do the Clippers need to be to tank and avoid the Lakers? That's awesome. Mic drop it, my friend.
Yeah.
And we're going to see Paul George fold like a cheap Walmart tent. It's coming.
What's wrong with
And Rando, hopefully he doesn't deliver, so I'm looking forward to it if they meet up. As you get older and you get over yourself, because that's all really what life is a function of getting to the end of yourself. First part of your life is trying to build something up. Second part of your life is getting over yourself.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big Kobe fan, but I'm so proud and glad that I witnessed his career. And obviously, he's one of the greatest ever. There's no argument. And I heard the excerpts of Vanessa, his wife, and one of the things that kind of resonated with me was he owned his failures and improved, you know, and that's all you're looking for. He was an incredible talent, one of the most genius, creative, offensive players we've ever seen. And for him to own his mistakes in life, in grace and humility, and move forward and change and impact the lives of others, I'm so proud of him, and I'm sad he's gone. And it's okay to like him and LeBron. It's okay to like him and Jordan. It's okay to like Thomas Edward Brady and Peyton Manning and, you know, Dan Fouts and whoever else, Dan Marino. You could root for multiple people in life. Jordan is the most fascinating guy in our lives, probably, Jeff, where he influenced the world, pop culture,
No doubt.
the look, long shorts, wagging the tongue, the bald head.
You're the most influential athletes of my time, him and Tiger.
Absolutely, no question. And Kobe was a genuine, you know, article, kind of the second coming of that. And Magic was his own entity, and Kareem, and of course, you know, LeBron is his own kind of, you know, entity. And you can celebrate them all, and it's fascinating. So I'm so proud and glad that I had the chance to witness it. Just a quick win also. We were all disappointed with the NCAA in that women's tournament. In your updates with Boomer Esiason, he said that the Phoenix Open is working on getting a tournament together for the teams that got shunned by the NCAA ruling to put a nice little tournament together. What a win.
Yep.
What a marketing win, waste management, and whoever conducts that tournament. And I think it's just great to step in and say, hey, we're going to honor your efforts, and there's goodness. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing, my friends. Have a great day.
See you. By the way, NCAA Men's Regional is now underway. They teed off at 8 o'clock out at the University of New Mexico Championship, of course. Lobos are the 5th seed going into this, and you got some really, really good teams here. And I tell you, if you want to get out there, it's great golf to go watch this. You've had some stars come through this course over the year, from Tiger Woods to Phil Mickelson to John Rahm to Matt Kuchar to, I mean, just great players who have rolled through UNM's championship course when they host events like this, and you're going to get a chance to see some of the future. He said something, he recognizes failures and embraced them and built on them. And I've never really thought of it in those terms, and I thought that was well said. Colby.
Absolutely. And especially hearing that from Vanessa, who was right there with the biggest issue in his life, which could have torn apart that family.
It really could have. And then a 4-carat diamond really held them together. Remember when he bought that gigantic 4-carat diamond ring, and whatever it took. You can respond to that, because I thought there was a lot there. 505-246-0610. Another hour of frivolity. We can get into the Dodgers. The golf regional today is big. We still have to hit on the Preakness. Medina Spirit was running the whole way. You're thinking, all right, he's going to blow up the horse racing world. And then came Rombauer. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Mike, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show. Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer 0 for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world.
Show in New Mexico for 5 years running. Don't sweat the technique. This is the opening drive with 2-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Siembieda, and JJ Buck. Don't sweat the technique.
All right, your NBA playoffs are ready to start. The hockey, you got Avalanche tonight, JJ. You get that? You got hockey playoffs going tonight. You got the baseball season in full swing. You even had football over the weekend. What's up, Monday? How you living? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal. Jeff Siembieda and JJ Buck united with a 3-1 victory over Austin Bold out at the ball pitch over the weekend. Nice crowd, good atmosphere. JJ Buck on the ESPN Plus broadcast. Check you out, man. You even put on a tie. No, I'm not kidding. I went. I hung out. I was sitting in their little booth, had my feet up, and they're like, "Hey, what's up?" Oh, sorry. I pregame, and JJ comes in and he's like, "Damn, you got a new haircut and a tie." This is a big day for JJ Buck.
Did you recognize him in a tie?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have.
Yeah, I think you would have.
Okay.
It was his beard that gave him away.
Oh, okay.
But most people haven't seen him in a year. They're like, "What have you done?" I'm like, I don't know. I had a lot of free time on my hands last summer.
What is it you're going for here? Like, what are you doing? I know. I get it. So that was good. If you want to get in on United, you can. If you were out at the ball pitch, I'd love your thoughts on just the atmosphere and just being around people again and doing doing the whole thing, and hopefully in a week or two from now, it's not going to be this. Whoa, that was weird. I went and I hugged people and I shook hands and I wasn't wearing my mask everywhere, but it still is. I was at a social event last night and Joe Biden said we don't have to wear masks if we're all vaccinated, and nobody was wearing a mask last night. It was actually almost kind of freaky.
Right? Isn't that the whole point of everything we've been doing to get to?
Yeah, no, that's right. It's the process.
Trust the process.
I feel like a Philadelphia 76ers fan. After all this misery, it was like, damn, there was some payoff.
Life lessons from the Philadelphia 76ers.
See, it's all thank you to them for getting us through this whole process. In fact, it was them who taught us how to get here. And I appreciate that, actually. Emails have been coming in this morning. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Find us on the Twitter. It's _JJ Buck. J-Pole is in this morning. How about J-Pole getting up this morning? Like early. He does look a little sleepy, not fed. Aaron's got the day off, so J-Pole drew the short straw, and he had to come in and produce us on the Facebook and on the ProView Network side. So you can watch us there. Carl's hit on the Triple Crown. Obviously, I have mixed feelings, Jeff. With the results of the Preakness, there is not the excitement of a Triple Crown on the line. Belmont becomes just another rich race, but at least we don't have to hear about Bob Baffert and drug tests for the next 3 weeks, which is probably right. Rombauer won. Dan sent me a picture of a ticket. He had Rombauer to win. I think he won $6 on that ticket. And congratulations. I guess it beats the hell out of losing $6, right? The excitement of winning, like when you win, right? You have this ticket, and here it is. And Rombauer to win, and you win $6. See, is it the exhilaration of winning, or damn it, I should have bet more?
Well, you're gonna question yourself and be like, man, I should have bet more. But whether it's $6 or $100, it still feels good.
Yeah, winning beats the hell out of losing, doesn't it?
Yes.
What do I tell you all the time? Winning.
So if you lost $6, you'd be like, dang it!
Dang it, I lost my $6. No,
I can go to Burger King now.
Yeah, I get it. USC beat UCLA in water polo, I think, the championships over the weekend, which has to kill Bruin James. But I do believe, didn't UCLA win something else? I don't know. James, you can bring me up to that. You lost to those guys from downtown in water polo. That's got to kill you.
It kills me right through the heart.
See?
But we made up for it. Our girls are, they should have been number one, but they'll still be playing at Easton Stadium. Friday.
Softball, that's what it was. I saw them as the 2 seed in the softball. Yeah, the softball seedings came out. Oklahoma won, UCLA 2. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I saw.
Exactly. So that makes up for it. Another thing that perturbed me about the selection show.
Yeah, softball selection show.
It seemed like it was all SEC. Like SEC this. Even Washington was a 16th seed. You really? They're from the Pac-12.
Yeah, no.
I mean, they rule softball. I mean, you know what I mean? So it was kind of, I was watching, I was like, what am I watching? You know, SEC channel? You know? And Beth Mullins, I used to have credit for her, but I kind of lost it after that. Because all she kept talking was Alabama and Mississippi State. And
how much softball do you watch over the year, James? How much women's softball have you watched? Because I watched.
A lot.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
All right. Fair
I have my friend's daughter pitches at Fresno State.
Sweet.
So yeah, I watched a lot of it.
Did they get in? Fresno State?
They got in. Yeah, they're playing in Westwood.
How can they be a higher seed than Washington? I mean, come on.
Washington's. They're good. I mean, they're better than some of those SEC teams. You know.
Yeah. No, I get it. No, it'll all play out, man. It'll all play out. Conference of Champions will prevail.
And one more thing, I was watching the I know I'm not a really Kobe fan. I'm a Bird. I'm a Bird Magic fan, which was back in the 80s. I mean, if you said you're a Bird fan, I mean, you get beat up, man.
That's right. You get rolled in LA. That's right.
But I'm a Magic Bird fan. I was really not a Kobe fan. He was okay, you know. But the whole Black Mamba thing, you know, he's not the original Black Mamba. You know who he is, right?
Who is? Who?
DeAnthony Thomas from Crenshaw.
Is that right?
He played at he played at Oregon.
Kobe
He was
stole
the
DeAnthony
original
Thomas's
Black Mamba.
thing. Interesting. I didn't know that, James. Kobe
Yeah,
stole it and made money on it. Damn him. And DeAnthony Thomas didn't even get paid, did he?
No, didn't.
He wouldn't have
And the reason they called him the Black Mamba was because at the time Crenshaw was bad. I mean,
the show.
They were good, and he was supposed to go to SC. They had a big parade and everything. He was going to SC. In the last minute, he went to Oregon.
Oh, see, he was all his cred. All right, James. We'll talk to you during the week, but keep us up to date on the softball.
I sure will. Take care,
later.
guys.
So DeAnthony Thomas wasn't as good as Kobe. That's why the Black Mamba stuck with Kobe. Kobe was actually really, really good, if you don't remember. And I don't remember DeAnthony Thomas. So then there's that. I just got a text from our buddy Ryan down in Frisco. Actually, he's in Addison, Texas, near Frisco. Are you glad our weather was better for the New Mexico Bowl than it was yesterday in Frisco? 5 inches of rain in 4 hours. They had a 70-minute weather delay at Toyota Stadium in Frisco for the FCS championship game. Sam Houston beat South Dakota State 23-21.
And I bet, even wet, they still managed to have championship-level conditions.
The field looked good. Yeah. Let me just tell you, that grounds crew there.
Cancel it.
They
walk down those steps, be like, y'all can't play. It's a little wet. See ya.
Yeah, they played. Yeah, I'm sorry. There wasn't that dude halfway down the stairs. Sorry, got to go home. We'll take the highest seeded team. Whoever's wearing darks, you get to win. That's how it goes. Sorry. Kind of like that golf tournament. By the way, you into PGA this weekend? K.H. Lee was the winner at the Byron Nelson this weekend.
The winner in a rainy tournament.
It was right down the damn street.
Played and completed.
Yeah, it was in McKinney. They played exactly. No, I was watching. I was doing stuff around the house, and when the football game went to delay, I'm like, all right, I'll go over and watch the golf. Oh, wait, it's in the same zip code, basically, and it was dumping there too. So they both went to delay. I'm like, what am I supposed to do now? I think I put on music. Records, by the way, records. Bob, do you know the kids are loving the vinyl now? Do you know I went shopping? So one of Addie's gifts last week for her birthday was a turntable for her room. We broke out my old records, and so she and I were in a store the other day. I got a picture of her flipping through records. She's wearing one of my old concert shirts from the 80s.
Yes.
And flipping through. The kids love the vinyl now.
Yes, they do.
You know, any idea what a new record, when you purchased records back in the day, remember what a new record cost?
It's about $5, I think.
I want to say a new album was like about $11, between $8 and $11, and then we'd go to the used stores, right?
Yeah.
And you would find them for anywhere between $1.99 and $4.99 for used,
Yeah,
which were
like
just
at
fine.
Goodwill or something.
Well, no, I'm thinking like a place like there was Moby Disc, or there were used record stores.
Charlie's.
Yeah, Charlie's was a great one here in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
$24 for a new record now. Yeah, no, it's insane. I gave her a $100 Amazon card to go because that's what she was looking for records.
Wow.
And she was stoked, but I figured we'd get her a bunch, and we'll get her a few. But anyway, just the experience of watching her flip through records like we used to back in the day.
Yeah.
Dude, vinyl's like it's cool with the kids now.
Well, yeah, because you get the cover art and a lot of the
Liner notes.
Liner notes.
Yeah.
Sometimes there was even a little book inside.
No doubt. No, they're packaged well now, and now sometimes the records are different colors.
Yeah, yeah, they do marvelous stuff.
Tell you what, JJ, you have any records?
I don't.
No. I have 3 crates, like milk crates, full of my old albums. Kept them. I've told you, she goes through, what's this one, Dad? I said, oh, you'll like this one.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, Dad, that's really cool. Yeah. Yeah.
Rediscovering good music.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I tell people,
there's a lot of good music
look,
nowadays.
there's all right, so will you agree with this?
Maybe.
Almost everything's better now, right? Communication, travel. Hold on. Hear me out. Communication, travel, information, except for movies and music.
Okay. Well, digital and analog are different, and sometimes the analog is better.
Okay.
You know, in communications, here, satellite digital audio is great and fantastic.
It's great. It sounds wonderful.
But we used to have analog satellite.
And it worked.
And it worked well.
And we loved it.
And it worked sometimes better than the digital.
Sometimes a little scratch on the record or just hearing that is really kind of cool. Yeah, it's really kind of cool. And it's funny how I asked her, like, why are you loving this so much more? She's like, I don't know, Dad. There's something about just owning the music, like having it physically, having it instead of just being in your phone and hitting something on your phone.
Exactly. Same thing with books. You know, an actual physical book that you hold in your hand instead of an e-reader.
Yeah.
So ask. I got a question for you to ask her.
All right.
Ask her how many grooves are in a record.
I don't even know the answer. What's it?
One.
Oh, it's just one continuous groove, and it just keeps going around and around and around. One groove.
There's one groove.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's how the needle continues to go around and around and around.
And slowly moves into the center.
Yeah.
Ask her that.
Look at that. Did you know that?
I didn't.
It
makes a ton of sense. Yes.
Yeah, you probably would have figured it out, if you'd have thought about it for a few seconds. But there's one groove in a record.
That makes total sense. All right, 505-246-0610. If you want to groove with us, you can do that. Emails Jeff or JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Bobcat will take your call. It's J-Pole producing on the TV side. Happy Monday to you. Glad you're with us on a record show. On 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot. It's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Steal coming in. Can she get the point? As Chris, tough shot, gets it to go.
West up with it. Nice move by West. Puts it up on the layup. Scores.
Especially the team like Navajo Prep with so many weapons.
3 to beat the horn. Yes! Nothing but nylon at the... Turnover. Henderson in transition. Going to slam it home. Gonzalez going to leave it for Hasbury. Send it in! We get it into Chavez. Natalia across the timeline. She's going to heave it from half court for the
Oh! My goodness!
Chavez hits one from half court for the state championship.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
All right, so you got a scoring champion who is the third oldest in the history of the game in Steph Curry. 33 years old. He went for 45 last time in the NBA as the Warriors beat Memphis and got the 8th seed. So that means the Warriors will play the Lakers in this play-in tournament goodie thing that starts this week. It'll be the Warriors and Lakers in the 7-8 game. Memphis and San Antonio in the 9-10 game. Here's how this works, and I know we've told you this a few times, but it's new. It's never been this way. So we'll tell you over again. The 7 and 8 seed, that will be Los Angeles and Golden State. Will play at Staples Center. I believe that's on Wednesday. The winner of the 7-8 game will advance into what they're calling the grid, JJ. The grid, that's what the kids call it. You know how many grids there are on a record? Just one. So they go to the grid as the 7th seed and will play the number 2 seed, the Phoenix Suns, in a full series. The loser of that 7-8 game, whoever loses the Golden State Laker game, will still be alive. They will play the winner of the 9-10 game, which is Memphis hosting San Antonio. And then the winner of that game will go in as the 8th seed and play a series against Utah. So that's how it works. Steph Curry is your scoring champion. And I want to get into the MVP stuff, but as far as what does it mean to have that guy at 33 years old, Klay Thompson being out, with everything that went on with that team? By the way, watching that team, Wiggins play better. Poole looks nice. I mean, that's a different team to me than it was early in the season.
It's still an incredible season by Steph Curry, just in regards to when you see the way he's defended, what they're trying to do, deny him the ball, multiple players running at him, and he wins a scoring title. It's a reminder that this guy is that good. And I think at times some people still question Steph Curry and where is he? He is an elite player in this game. What he did this season was unbelievable because Jordan Poole played one good game this season. Like, he's on the floor with Kent Bazemore and Kayvon Looney, and he's the one player you have to take away, and people still couldn't stop him, and that's a testament to an elite player.
I can't agree with you more. If you don't think he's elite, just stop. And if you don't like his size, if you're going to tell me he's not as good as LeBron, okay. He can't do size-wise what LeBron James can do. Nobody who's ever been Steph's size, that includes Allen Iverson, anybody, Chris Paul, nobody can do what LeBron does. That's fine. But put him in elite, because all you got to do, to JJ's point, watch how he is defended. He is the entire focus of the other team's defense. Not like we got to shut down Steph. It shut him down and fine, let anybody else beat us. And how he's getting open, what they're doing, and then for him to score was his 31 plus point. What was his final average? 30, whatever it was. Here's Steph on winning the scoring championship.
You know, God is good. I've been blessed to be back healthy and be able to just play, you know, night in, night out at a high level. And, you know, the work that goes into it, it pays off. And it's something that I really, really rely on. You know, especially at this point in my career.
All right, so easy on the he's not elite thing. There's a couple things, and I will hold on to this until somebody makes me see it differently. And Dame Lillard is a terrific shooter. Stephen Curry is the best shooter I've ever seen. He's been doing it longer, deeper, redefined what it is. Damian Lillard is terrific. And please don't think that, when you say LeBron or Michael, that doesn't mean you're dissing the other guy. And I guess that's the conversation, right, would be Steph and Dame. I'm not dissing Dame Lillard. Dame Lillard's terrific. He is unbelievable. His range is insane. I love his grit. Steph Curry's the best shooter I've ever seen.
And most people will tell you that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, do you agree with that?
Best shooter I've ever seen.
Damian Lillard's good.
Yeah, but he's number 2 to the best shooter.
That's right.
And that's okay. That's not a bad place to be in.
That's okay.
If you look and say, all right, guys that have stretched the floor, guys that hit incredible shots, big-time moments, it's Steph and Dame.
The young guys, and you were talking about Poole, and you were talking about, not Bazemore necessarily, but Wiggins played better. Steph, going into the playoffs, seems like he feels comfortable with the young guys.
They've played amazing, especially down the stretch. Our short rotation that we've had, everybody stepped up. Everybody's understood how they can impact the game on both ends of the floor, and everybody has created that edge of, you don't want to mess with us out there. So I love that, because it was a little bleak, February, March, where we didn't know what type of team we were going to be, and we were really struggling to find our identity. So, we're in a good spot right now. We obviously know there's a lot of work to do, and no matter how the season goes, I'm really proud of the way that we've given ourselves a chance to make this season matter, and giving ourselves to play games that matter, and that's big.
Does this validate Steve Kerr at all, the head coach there? Watching this team, like last year was what it was. But watching this team with who they are and who they aren't, Klay Thompson out, and maybe not. Maybe they've got to win a series. And all they did was really get the 8th seed and fight their way through it. But if Draymond was not there all year, does this validate the head coach?
I think it does. And I think this kind of going back to Steph Curry, I don't know how, but if a 2-time MVP, an NBA Finals champion needed to be validated, it does that, because you look at that rotation to what Steph was talking about. Draymond Green the last month and a half has been a fantastic player.
I agree.
He was not good to start the season. And you hear so much about, Draymond, he's chirping this, he's the best defender since sliced bread. That's not the case. But Draymond is the point guard of this basketball team. And he's the one, he just stands there and he looks for Steph Curry, and guess what? It works.
And he finds him.
Because Steph, the energy he has to work out of the double teams, to work off being fronted constantly, and to see, Draymond yesterday, 14, 9, and 9.
Yep.
That's pretty much what he's been at, close to triple-double numbers, because the rotation now is Kent Bazemore and Kayvon Looney. And Andrew Wiggins, he's an every other night player.
He is.
And
when he's good, he's pretty good.
Yeah, when he's good, he can score some baskets and be pretty nice. But it's just a reminder of, like, wow, you look, 46 points for Steph Curry in a game that Memphis, they wanted that
36 shots.
Yeah, but that's what's going to happen, man. Kent Bazemore is starting, playing 27 minutes. He takes one shot. Like, this is who they are, and it works. And ultimately, wrapping it all up, there's 6 games above 500.
Without Klay Thompson, who's their second best player.
But they're still 39 and 33.
Yeah.
In the West, that is really good.
And they would have drafted differently. Klay Thompson goes down.
Wiseman has been out.
Well, Wiseman, who's their number 1 pick, okay? So they have the number 2 overall pick in the draft. Klay goes down the week after the draft. If he goes down a week earlier, maybe they draft differently. Maybe they do something differently in the draft.
I still thought, like, LaMelo Ball would have been really interesting.
Right, no, he would have been really interesting there, and they might have gone there if Klay goes down before the draft. And so put LaMelo on that team with Steph, and you're like, damn, right, what that could have been. So that's why I look at what Steve Kerr's done, and then developing these guys, this cast of characters to get them here. So they get the Lakers next, okay? Lakers, they get 1 game with the Lakers. LeBron James is LeBron James, right? The best player in the league, but not the MVP this year because of the injuries. Here's LeBron on the guy he's going to be playing on Wednesday, on Steph Curry in the MVP race.
We get caught up in the record sometimes. We get caught up in, who has the best record, and instead of just saying who had the best season that year. And Steph has had, in my opinion, the best season all year. And it was the same, when Russ won the MVP. Russ was, first guy to have a triple-double in the season since the Big O. And everyone threw the records out the window then when he won it. And I think, you look at what he's doing, Steph, is just like, Russ deserved it that year. And obviously, I don't think Steph is going to get it because, it's another conversation. But in my eyes, he's played the best basketball all year round.
LeBron has spoken. What's I mean, look, if you think Jokic is the guy, you've got a hell of an argument on a team that was better, whose other best player was out, just like Steph's, but his guy went out mid-season, and they sustained what they were doing. Like, I don't think you have to be embarrassed if you think Nikola Jokic, even though the great LeBron has spoken, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. The great LeBron has spoken. You don't have to apologize if you think Jokic is the MVP. Like, I love Steph.
Jokic is the most disrespected player in the league.
Thank you.
It is unbelievable.
But especially by that guy.
Yeah, but I think a lot of players gravitate towards Steph when seeing some of the comments over the weekend. I think they look at what he's doing with the cast around him. And I think ultimately Steph is going to finish second. I think he was that good, especially the way he finished the season, winning the scoring title, being, they're the 8th seed, but they're still 6 games above 500 when you look at the overall records compared to some of the teams we see in the Eastern Conference that are there at the back end, being 500 or worse at that position. But yeah, there's times where if you want to look at the Denver Nuggets, the last month, Michael Porter Jr. has turned into a legitimate NBA player.
I like Draymond.
But it's Facu Campazzo. You know who he is?
What you say.
No, exactly.
Be careful what? Watch your mouth.
PJ Dozier.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, these are dudes that have been in the rotation as well. And I think it's a fair conversation. It's a legitimate conversation. That's fine. For 72 games, give me the Joker.
But don't insinuate, but that's another conversation. I don't want to talk about that. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
We love to...
Next in line.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Drive, Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck. Micah, Josh produces for you today over on the ProView Network side, where you can watch the show worldwide on ProViewNetworks.com or statewide at Comcast Channel 26.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show. Good morning and welcome to Sports Desk live on Comcast Channel 26.
Welcome to The Point with Nick Rich.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 10, America Talking Out.
I'm Pastor Flora Padilla of Mending Broken Hearts.
Welcome to Henry T. Game Face Live, Comcast 26, and Big Bad ProView Network.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Welcome to Local Focus with Sebastian Noel.
Welcome, sports fans. It's that time of the week again. You are watching the Weekly Rundown.
Hey, welcome to Red Menace TV here on ProView Network.
Hello, I'm Steve Davis. You are watching Public Access TV.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at
Datacom is the manufacturer's representative for the states of Arizona and New Mexico. Datacom represents Fuji Electric for uninterruptible power systems and Layer 0 for static switches and power distribution units. High-Tech Power Protection manufactures dynamic rotary UPS systems up to 3.6 megawatts, individual and 100 megawatts by combining multiple units. Call Louis Ruffin today at 505-507-7722 or go to datacom.com to learn more.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever, no one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the
Course, 14 teams in town. It's very, very early first round. The Lobos are on holes between holes 3 and 5 right now. They are sitting in tied for 9th place, 2 over par, tied with New Mexico State and Arizona State. Aggies are on the first 2 holes right now. They're already 2 over par. So early start, slow start for New Mexico and New Mexico State. Your early leaders, Texas Tech is 4 under, South Carolina 4 under par as a team. Red Raiders are on holes 3 through 5, as is New Mexico. They're playing with them. South Carolina on holes 1 through 4, playing with Boise State out of the Mountain West. Boise State 3 under par. So your top 5 right now, Texas Tech and South Carolina at 4 under, Boise State at 3 under, Oregon State and top-seeded Oklahoma all at -2. Nevada's also in there in this region. They're even. Other teams from the region that are here are San Diego, not San Diego State, but the University of San Diego, Texas A&M, Nevada, New Mexico State, New Mexico, Arizona State, Stanford, all in town. So really good golf that's going on out at the UNM Championship course. It's going on right now, and you can go out and catch some of that. But I'll keep you updated. We'll watch it as we go and catch up maybe with Glenn tomorrow. I know it's going to be early, and they've got a tee time, but maybe we'll catch him tomorrow before they get out if he's got some time. It's the opening drive, Jeff Siembieda and J.J. Buck. I'm curious where you all are on most valuable player. Is it a Steph Curry thing because he was insane? And I'll listen to it. I'll entertain. I don't think LeBron's out of his mind to say Steph Curry's the MVP, and I've been singing that for the last month and a half. Shouldn't he be a candidate? Shouldn't he be in the conversation? And who else is in the conversation? Is it Joel Embiid? Well, he missed a lot of games. Is it Giannis? I mean, that's a really good conversation. Nikola Jokic has played in every game. His other best player on that team went down mid-season, and he's basically carried that team. You and I are both on Jokic 1, and I'm on Steph 2.
Yeah, so looking at the list, I think the legit candidates are the Joker, Steph Curry, and then you're going to see it kind of spaced out. I think Dame Lillard is going to get some votes.
Okay.
Russell Westbrook is going to get some votes.
Should.
Giannis, Joel Embiid, and then some of the outside looking in is going to be like a Luka Doncic, Bradley Beal, and I could put Chris Paul.
What about Devin Booker? I mean, who's like when you look at that, and the number 1 seed in the West, best team of their overall record, you don't even have anybody on there like Gobert or Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell would have been,
but he got injured late.
The conversation had he been able to.
All right,
the entire season.
So
you look at the defensive player of the year is Rudy Gobert.
Okay,
they get that.
I'm down. Who is? If you were going to tell me, give me a Phoenix Sun, and put him on the list. Booker's their best player, but Chris Paul was the difference, right?
That's the way it's been talked about.
Well, that's the way I look at it. I mean,
so everyone says, well, the difference there is Chris Paul, the constant helping them get over the next step. But, Devin Booker is...
He's really good.
Very good.
Devin Booker is a quiet superstar in the making that on a team that people don't really know about.
Yes. And so I think those guys would kind of be on the outside, like some consideration, but not quite to the level of some other players. And just, I was looking through the totals because it's, points, when we go per game, that can be skewed a little bit, especially when, some players like Joel Embiid play like 51 games versus 72 for the Joker. So I was looking just outright totals. And so this is Joker. He's third in total points, fifth in total rebounding, third in total assists.
But not an average, right?
Not
Average per game.
So I'm just talking totals for the season.
So who's second in total points? Was it?
So Steph was first in total points, obviously. Dame was second.
Okay.
And Joker was third, actually scored 10 more points than Bradley Beal.
All right. Again, you go down to what does most valuable mean to you?
How about in that we're talking a center, third in total assists behind Westbrook and Chris Paul.
2 point guards.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Third in the league in scored the third most points in the league and is third in the league in assists. I mean, look, I'm not telling you this is an absolute no-brainer, but for LeBron to go with this whole attitude, well, that's another story. I mean, like to insinuate something.
It definitely feels like there are a lot more people looking at Jokic and going, well, this is why he can't win it, as opposed to this is why he can win it.
So Jokic probably isn't one of their boys. It doesn't hang out with them, right? Give me a reason why he shouldn't win. Like, I better like, instead of telling me, I don't know, I look at it and just say, I get it. It's not a no-brainer. If you want to vote for Steph, I'm down with that. What Steph Curry's done, and who is his cast of characters, to your point, Bazemore and Poole has been, Wiseman went down, Clay went down. Like I'm listening to it because I'm all about Steph, but I would vote for Jokic.
And just continuing kind of the theme of availability, playing game in and game out. 30 minutes played overall this season is a Joker.
The most minutes played?
Yeah. Behind Julius Randle and R.J. Barrett. Of course.
2 Knicks.
The Knicks, and that's what Tom Thibodeau does.
No, that's fine. I look, all right, so who's your coach of the year? Is it Tom Thibodeau? Is it Alvin Gentry?
I like Monty Williams. But it feels like all the credit's going to Chris Paul.
Well, so can we be very clear? Chris Paul was not with them at the end of last season, and they won all their games in the bubble. They were still good last year. Now, they didn't make the playoffs, but they were the only team that went to the bubble last year and were undefeated. They didn't have Chris Paul. I think Monty Williams did a hell of a job there. I think one of the most overlooked guys is Quinn Snyder in Utah. He gets no credit. None. What about what Doc did in Philly? Doc Rivers in his first year.
That Doc, and I think Utah being the number 1 seed is very nice. But when we look at those, we expect them to be good.
Okay.
Like with Utah and even Philadelphia.
So we didn't expect Phoenix to be good?
Not the number 2 overall seed in the Western Conference.
No, that's fair. Probably not.
Not at all.
What about what Michael Malone's done? Keeping Denver together. Well, but Jeff, they were in the Western Conference Finals last year. Now they slipped down to a 4 seed. They can't be that good.
I think it's coach there, Monty Williams, and Thibodeau's going to get a lot of love.
Thibodeau should get a lot of love. And Monty Williams is probably going to win it.
4 seed.
Yeah, Monty Williams is going to win it. But I just, the whole Quinn Snyder thing is, I look at it and I'm like, well, but really quietly in that market, look what they're doing. Yeah, they got a nice team. Do you believe in Utah in the postseason? Because I don't know anybody who does.
I do because of the side they're on.
Okay.
Because in the second round, who could you get? The Clippers?
Well, it's all going to depend where the Lakers end up. It all depends where the Lakers, what happens.
I think the Lakers are going to be 7.
They're going to play Phoenix?
I think they're going to beat
so that's
the
it
Warriors.
For Phoenix.
And then go into that side of the bracket. And then for Utah, you're feeling pretty good because you're going to like your chances against Golden State. because I think 7-8 it's going to be the Lakers and then the Warriors. In the second round, all those questions with the Clippers.
Do you hear that clicking? That was Bobcat saying, "Get out!" I can't even. Yeah, that's what I meant. All right, keep them coming. We got one more segment for you. And if you want to get in, you can. 246-0610. It's the opening drive on ProView Networks at 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Here at Legacy, we are here to disciple people by helping them connect with God, grow in relationships, and live generously.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A rogue virus, no jobs, sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Calling all football players, are you looking to develop your skills this season? It's never too late or too early to put in the work. Coach Carl Barrere and the Air Barrere program at 8 Grady's Performance Center provide comprehensive position training for aspiring football players at all levels. Whether you're looking to increase your speed, gain strength, or hone your skill, we train all positions with a team of experienced coaches who know what it takes to succeed at all levels from Yaffle to college. Check us out at 8gradys.com to learn more and sign up for training today.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
steal coming in. Can she get the points? As Chris, tough shot, gets it to go.
See the big Dodgers signing over the weekend? Oh yeah, buddy. Albert Pujols is a Dodger. See that? You don't care?
Why?
Because they're so I don't know, because they're so beat up. It's a big league contract. And I don't remember who I saw telling me this. Maybe it was Tim Kirkchin. He's like, you know what? I guess they had to have a real conversation with him. Say, look, you're going to be a bit player, and if you don't perform, you're not going to be able to make this roster. And he'll probably hit a big home run for him or two somewhere down the line in a key role. But because
are they? So you just bring in Albert Pujols to pinch hit?
I don't.
He has to play first base in the National League to get in the line.
That's exactly right. Except for your interleague games, yes. Your interleague road games.
It's not bad to bring Albert Pujols into the locker room, right? It's Tim Tebow might be available. He's not signed with the Jaguars if you're looking for that kind of impact.
Ooh, is Tim Tebow? I hear he's a good locker room guy.
I hear he's great for the locker room.
I hear he's really good.
And there's at-bats available with the Dodgers.
All right. Howard, good morning. Happy Monday to you. How you living? Didn't I do this? Let me do that again. Hello. I didn't push it hard enough.
That's okay. I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm just new to this whole radio thing, you know.
What did they sign Albert Pujols for? Did it say?
Not a lot. I've not seen a number. No.
Maybe
all right. So here. The Angels are responsible for the remainder of his $30 million salary, meaning the Dodgers will be on the hook for the prorated league minimum. Prorated league, so nothing.
So he's still going to get the remainder of the $30 million from the Angels.
That's right, and it's a league minimum, and it's prorated from the Dodgers.
So about $500,000 in that bat this year, maybe. You know,
depending on how many he gets, right?
Pretty crazy. Hey, on your MVP conversation, I'm in agreement with you guys. You know what? Djokovic just doesn't get the respect he deserves because I don't think he makes enough highlight reels, breakaway dunks or anything spectacular. But he is just super efficient, and I think he's, the fact that he's not flashy or a hang on the rim dunk or whatever, he may not be getting the respect he deserves. I think Steph Curry deserves to be entertained in the conversation because, let's face it, if you watch the guy off the ball, who works harder than Steph to get his shot off? He has to because the way he's being guarded right now, if you watch that game yesterday at all, and how much he's moving without the ball, to your point, working to get open, and then the quick release, and the fact that he pumped in 46 points yesterday, you're right. Look, Steph is in the conversation. I don't even have a problem with someone who wants to vote for him, but don't tell me insinuate, it's another conversation. What? It's not like he's the only candidate. I mean, there's no way you can tell me that Jokic is not a legitimate candidate and shouldn't get legitimate consideration. Well, I think he's a legitimate leader, in my opinion. I agree. And, Steph does expend a ton of energy to get that shot off, and that's remarkable, the shape he must be in, and obviously that he's in. But, I think Djokovic is getting overlooked a lot because of that simple fact. He's not flashy enough. Now, Jamal Murray, when he went down, I think a lot of people expected Denver to fade off into the sunset.
I did.
But, to the contrary, they're right there. They're still playing strong. They're playing good. I think they have a realistic chance if the cards play out right. They could come out of the West. I mean, it's not, impossible, right?
I think that's right.
No. So, but then you take Jokic, and let's say you reverse it, and Jamal Murray stays healthy, and Jokic gets hurt.
Yeah.
Then I think Denver sails off into the sunset and doesn't have a shot.
Yeah.
But that's why I think he is the MVP, not just of his team, but, in the NBA this year.
We were with the same thought.
Yep. Thanks for sharing. Let me share today, guys.
Thanks.
Have a great day.
It's Nikola
Jokic.
Yeah, Jokovic is the tennis player. Novak Jokovic is the tennis player. And maybe this way we won't be NBA's MVP. Nobody
You're voting for the wrong guy.
Yeah, you're voting for the tennis player, and your vote doesn't count. Paul, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. Hello, Paul.
Hey, that was funny, the last guy, man. I just kept thinking he was going to say Pete Vukovich or something by the end of it. But
The
anyway,
old pitcher for the Cardinals.
Anyway, last thing, Joker, his ability to make his teammates better. These guys aren't a super all-star team that's created that usually Curry plays with. And in today's NBA, it's like that. People don't realize you take a team like Denver and you get a guy like Jokic, the Joker, obviously, who can make everyone better. They can be competitive. And it's like to just be tossed aside the way he is. I mean, and not be considered. It's a shame because in today's NBA, it's like if you're not playing with 4 All-Stars, then it's look at who he's playing with. He still has Draymond Green. Curry does. He still has Wiggins, who's a serviceable NBA player. And in the old days, that's what you played with, man. I hate to be an old homer, but
you're right.
2 people was what you got. And now it's not enough. But you got to give the Joker the credit, and LeBron being a Laker fan, it just makes me sick how he just couldn't give him any credit at all. That was awful, man. But listen, you guys enjoy your day. I got to get back to work. You take care,
Paul.
man.
Thanks, Paul. I feel exactly like he does. I don't know why the comment from LeBron is like this is a no. It's not a no-brainer. You can support your guy. I'm down, but well, that's another conversation. Like to insinuate come on now. Look at what I almost called him Jokovic.
Look what Jokovic is doing.
He won another Grand Slam. Look at what Jokic has done with that team. Look at his numbers. Look at it. Just watch the man play every night. Look, I'm listening. I love Steph Curry. I'm a Steph Curry honk. I am. He might be my favorite player in the game. I think he probably is. But. And I get it. And if you're going to ask me 1-2, he's 2 to Jokic's 1 right now for me.
It's a credit to Steph. He changed his game this season. He became the guy that's playing off ball. And you look at Draymond Green setting him up constantly, but still knowing that it's the only guy you have to stop. And for him to win the scoring title, I think that pushes him. And he's going to get some votes for MVP with how he finished the season. But I just look at the total body of work plus the conversation of what happened after Jamal Murray went down and the Nuggets still ending up the 3 seed. Now, the Clippers did tank their final 2 games to drop out of that position. But overall, and you're still looking at the Nuggets with an amazing record to finish the season. The starting lineup. So I go back a few games when they played the Knicks, and both those teams are still going hard. And the starting lineup around Jokic was Campazzo, Paul Millsap, Aaron Gordon, who's big acquisition, but if you look at his game log, he's just actually fallen off the cliff, and Michael Porter Jr. And they're still playing at that level. They still have those expectations. So I credit Joker. I credit Steph Curry for playing at that level on teams that are good but nowhere near great at this moment in time.
No, that's right. I mean, I don't know. Who are those guys? Who are they? Who are they playing with? So, again, it's not, to me, it's not cut and dry. But don't tell me there's no race and Jokic shouldn't be in this because he should be. He absolutely should be. All right, update from the UNM Championship course. Again, first round NCAA men's golf regional is underway. Texas Tech is leading. There's 14 teams out there. Lobos currently are in 12th. They're on holes 4 through 7, or they played holes 4 through 7. They're 4 over par. Texas Tech is 4 under par. So New Mexico's in 12th place right now. New Mexico State tied for, they're in 11th at +2. So the Aggies are 2 over. The Lobos are 4 over. Your leaders, Texas Tech at -4. Oakland and South Carolina at -3. And then top-seeded Oklahoma at -2, and Prairie View A&M is tied with Texas A&M at -1. Top 5 will advance. Multi-day event, so it's not like it's a slow start for UNM on their home course. I thought this would be a tremendous advantage for them playing on their home course. Just they talked about. I think that's a hard course. Now that means it's probably easy. I think it's a long, hard course, a tough walk. It's a lot of hills, the altitude. Let's see how everybody handles it over 3 days of this thing. But I thought New Mexico and even New Mexico State, to some respect, would have a huge advantage. But right now, rough start for New Mexico, off to off to a +2 start. Sam Choi is the best Lobo so far. He's -1, but everybody else is over par. Albert Bonetta is +3. Ahmad is +1. Watkins 2 over, and Shang is 2 over. So you got your guy Sam Choi, who's their best golfer, is playing well. But that's where you are. So we'll watch that. We'll watch that as we go. But a couple days out there, and again, if you want to get out there and see it, you got the opportunity to do that. Hockey tonight, Avs. That's what you get tonight, right?
Yep. Start their series with St. Louis. It was a tremendous weekend when you look at Caps winning an OT, the Islanders, Minnesota knocking off the Golden Knights in Game 1.
Yep.
Stanley Cup playoffs, baby.
Enjoy it. Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowherd will be after that. Sports Bar, Trulio and Carlisle with more local sports talk coming your way at 4 o'clock, and then you get the Isotopes in El Paso. Josh Sushan will crack the microphone at 6:15. Bobcat, welcome back after your load management day. J-Pull, good to see you getting up early this morning. Thanks for answering the bell. Great to see you, Jason. Hey, go have a day. You got a big day today?
Always
a big day. Enjoy your day. We'll be back with more award-winning radio for you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. If the insurance company's treated you fair after you...